Why is this happening? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted the audience to hear first off.
Yeah, well.
You know, it's fine. Okay, alright, hopefully everybody should be able to hear us now because all of my computer settings decided to reset themselves. Hooray!
Hooray!
We don't need voice, we just need you to do a mime stream. I can do that for you.
We're going to do interpretive dance tonight for everyone.
Can I trust the party to do the same? I don't know, so I'm gonna say not today. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Without further ado, let's hop on into player introductions, and then we will do the recap. All the way to the left, we have Miss Kelly.
Hello, it is I. A servant of Lathander. Otherwise known as Vola, who has suddenly developed a southern accent, because I figured that'd be appropriate. Playing the half-orc barbarian who has suddenly found God, which you'll find all about right after these introductions. You can find me at cavegirl.com and cavegirlprod on Twitter. I swear.
I swear. Bless her heart. And next up is Matt.
Well, hey there. My name is Matt Lawson. I thought I'd start speaking in my usual Juki accent, and I'm trying to make sure I don't sound like Miss Minutes from the Loki series. But yeah, I played the Paladin Juki, who is an actual servant of Lathander. Vola isn't quite a servant yet. She needs to be confirmed first, but all in good time. But you can find me on Twitter at MattLawsonVO, and yeah, hope you enjoyed tonight's session, because it'll be a doozy, hopefully.
Next up is Kirsten.
I guess we're doing introductions in our character voice. So, hey, I'm Kirsten. I play the Goblin Warlock Dee. She likes to blow shit up, you know. I'm an artist. You can find me on Twitter and TikTok, mostly at myriad_x is my social media handle for all social media platforms.
I can't. I fucking can't. That should be your intro video for your Patreon, for your...
Yes!
For everything. Next up is Seth.
It is I, Seth Polanski. I am playing the Furbolg cleric Druge, who is very, very sad and disappointed that his ritual teaching Vola about the multiverse resulted in her worshipping Lathander instead of, as everyone should, death. So, yeah, that's all I got, Mandii.
Next up, we have Jeff.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
It is I. I've got nothing.
Okay.
I'm Jeff, also known as King Bashman here in chat and on the channel. I'm playing a gnome artificer named Ranzit, and artificers are busted and they're fun. So, hooray. I have Twitters. One of them's on the screen. I can't remember what it is. It has King Bashman in it. So you can find it there, or Two Kings Games, or Survival Trio. Yeah, I mean, do what you do. So.
Do what you do.
I just thought you'd have done that intro in your Power Armor voice. There'll be echoes.
I mean, I can.
Do it.
Okay, they're gonna ask you for a redo.
It is I.
It is I. And last but hopefully not least, hi, I'm Mandii. I'm your DM for this evening and all of the Friday evenings. I'm also an artist. You can find me all over the internet at the Mandii. You will also very soon start seeing me all over our sponsor, Total Party Kill Games, social media, as I am the community manager over there, doing lots of cool stuff, lots of cool things in the works coming up that I can't talk about yet, but will soon. And yeah, just Google me, the Mandii. My name is right there below my face. That's where you can find me. I'm also a player in a few different games here on the channel. Sometimes on Thursdays, like yesterday, and also on Saturdays with Myriad and things and stuff. And now I'm gonna stop rambling. So it's Ranzit's turn for the recap this week.
Yeah, the character is very well informed and knowledgeable of the events that have transpired in the last week. However, the player is a procrastinating asshole, and
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I did actually do a recap. So,
Oh,
all right. um, experiment log. Hold on, my thing just froze. Hold on. Okay. Experiment log 86, TAC 21. As the journey through the chaotic land known as Chult continues forth, the armors continue to perform exquisitely. Yes, you heard right. I said armors. Through studious effort and careful calculations, I managed to create a more stealth-inclined model. I've yet to be in a situation where stealth was paramount, but early tests have proved promising. We'll have to observe and document further. Speaking of Chult, this forsaken hellscape of nature's wrath presents new challenges and surprises at every turn. Recently, we found, the Oracle of Orlunga. Happened to be a spirit naga, not strange at all there, in a temple encapsulated by time magic, because why not? It's Chult, right? We met with Artis and his companion Dragonbait. He is a man of pure determination that cannot be denied. But his friend is an odd sort, not of this plane, I believe. I'm not entirely sure myself. They seem to communicate through various scents, and carries a Holy Avenger as if it's no big deal. I mean, it is only a most holy of artifacts wielded by purest of heart paladins, after all, so I mean, why not? And the rest of my compatriots seem to grow weary of this damn jungle, as I do, yet they seem to be keeping it together quite well, and not letting this place drive them to pure insanity. Druge, still taking names in blood for his book and working on his social skills. Ola, still the same lyric-happy rage machine. Dee, well, they're still around. Honestly, I don't really pay them that much mind. Jugi, well, Jugi is still Jugi. You never know what to expect each morning. Additional note. We came across an abandoned campsite and found the corpse of a halfling inside a giant toad's stomach. Apparently the toad was hungry. This valiant small warrior struck a mighty final blow before succumbing to death as we found his dirk thrust through the large amphibian from within. It is a remarkable make of such a short blade, and I detect it has magical origins. Additional note. This dirk is indeed magical, and it seems to be sentient. To what degree I am unsure of at this moment, as it has yet to try to telepathically communicate with me as most known sentient items do. Thus far, only senses of emotions like discontent and anger and satisfaction seem to have come from the blade. It also appears to have a completely uncontrolling desire for knowledge. All knowledge. It doesn't matter what kind. I feel its lust may prove troubling in certain situations, as it has clearly shown zero regard for anything, anyone, or the surroundings when appeasing itself with the information that it senses. Although I cannot fault it. I mean, it does remind me of my younger self, once hungry and driven by the pursuit of knowledge. I did not care what type it was. Knowledge was knowledge, and I wanted to know it all. During my early days of practicing artifice, that drive came to benefit me greatly. I was a new smith of sorts and eager to prove my name to the world. The time proceeding some rather dire events was rife with new adventurers and even a large number of new female warriors. Where many of my so-called smithing compatriots would deny their services and turn them away, I cared not. If they wanted custom gear and they had the coin, I could provide whatever smithing services they needed. So, using my smithing knowledge and my newfound abilities of artifice, I was able to produce the finest of armors for them, strong yet elegant, and better fitting than even the best corsets and brassieres in the land. This briefly built up my reputation at the time, as order after order started flooding my work queue. I mustn't ramble too much about events from a lifetime ago. It is late, and who knows what the day will hold. But in dedication to these memories of old, I will close this entry by signing off as my old reputation had me known at one point in time. In closing, Mandii, the Titty Smith. That's it.
I dared you to do it, and you did it.
Don't dare me.
I can't dare you. I knew you would do it.
You broke me. All right, off you go.
Chat is like the titty, not titty sniff. Titty Smith.
I don't know. I like that better.
I mean,
last week it was Titter Pig, now it's Titty Smith.
Titter Pig.
Titter Pig.
At least we're sticking to a theme, Matt. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Titty Smith. And that's today's show, guys. I'm done. Goodbye. It was really nice knowing you. I quit forever. I no longer wish to DM. I'm good now. Just kidding.
Rancid, is that of the Water Davian Titter?
The Water Davian
I can't even.
Water Davian Titty Smiths.
Titty Smiths.
I couldn't even finish the phrase.
Not quite as prestigious a family, I'm afraid. You can leave.
Welcome to our show, folks.
Boy, I tell you what, you know it's going to be a damn good old session when you break the DM before the game even starts. Boy, I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Don't get me started. Your fucking turkey bread. Don't do it. Don't.
I think we need to write up the intro song for the Water Davian Titty Smiths.
Are you talking about that dango You talking about that dango turkey bread over in that damn old pirate island, man?
Let me just write something down really quick.
I think you
fine.
should still give him the bad luck dice.
I should still give you the bad luck dice. What kind of dice that might be, I won't tell you.
I'm fine.
You get a luck dice. You did the thing like I asked you to.
But no mention of me finding God. I'm very disappointed.
Oh, there was in the beginning. Oh, we don't know, actually. That's right.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, listen, Jeff is doing his job as a proper role player and not metagaming. So thank you for that. All right, so
You'll know soon enough.
You'll know soon enough. Let's pick up where we left off. I believe everybody retired after this point for the evening. I believe Vola had expressed a desire to go to sleep.
Yes.
I gave you all a long rest? Question mark.
Yep.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I think so.
Make sure.
Yeah, and we also did the mutation check, which failed, unfortunately.
Correct. That is correct. So if you have not hit the long rest button, please do so now.
Checking to see if I want to change any spells, though. Screw it. I'll stay for today.
Good to know.
I might actually change one spell. I'm going to change my protection from evil and good to. Give me a second. I'm going to change it to Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Because honestly, I want to be a little bit more prepared the next time I have to end up fighting in my bloody night gun again.
You should just take a level in monk or barbarian.
Well, the problem is that their unarmed thing, armor class thingy requires dexterity, and he's not good at that.
Yeah, but you would still get a bonus from Constitution or Wisdom.
Oh yeah, Well, wisdom is +1 and constitution is +2. But we did talk about a certain book, didn't we?
That is true. Okay, so yes, you have a long rest. You are able to have a peaceful evening after your encounters with the Zentarum and your difficult travels. Dawn rises anew. Jugi,
Yes.
you awake with a new sense of purpose. And
All right.
just as the sun is beginning to peek over the mountains to the west, beyond you now, you've passed away and beyond the Mistcliff Mountains under the guidance of Iku, and you can feel you're beginning to feel as you are all traveling. You haven't packed up camp as of yet, but you're beginning to feel that there is an incline to the land that you are walking now. You are making your way to higher ground at this point as you head further and further south in Chult. Iku is already up and about, getting ready for the day. Artis and Dragonbait appear to have also gotten up and have already packed their tents once you rise for the day, essentially. But you feel good today. You feel even though you didn't wake up with any mutations or changes, you feel really good today. You're not sure why, especially considering your travels have been particularly grueling as of late. So do with that what you will.
Okay.
Can I wake up?
Yeah. No, you may not. You're asleep forever.
I'm asleep forever. I'm
You are
sleeping
Cinderella. You are Cinderella.
Cinderella, yes.
Oh my God.
Cinderella.
I throw open the flaps of my tent with the biggest smile you've ever seen on Vola's face for sure, and possibly anyone else in ever existence. And she throws open the flaps of the tent, looks at the morning sun, and says, "Praise Lavender!" as loud as she can. And wakes up, I assume, half everybody else.
I
And have to
run
jump.
frightened back into my tent.
I hear this, and I'm a little stunned at first, but then I immediately said, "What is this I hear? Is that the call of someone newly awakened to the faith of Lathander?"
I love this so much.
Praise be to Lathander. Can this be true?
And I echo back to Jugi, and I say, "Praise Lathander!" again, because this is all I know, right? Is the words "Praise Lathander." That's all I know.
I just want to say, while this is happening, Iku kind of looks from Jugi to Vola, and then looks over at Didi, and is just like...
Dee Dee just has pure, just absolute disgust watching this interaction. And then she kind of shifts so her back is facing the two of them and starts scribbling in her book.
Iku is not disgusted, but confused.
I will look over at both of them and sort of shrug and sotto voce say, "That was not the intended outcome, but eh?"
I scurry over to Jugi, and I'm like, and I fall at his feet, or at their feet, and I just say, "Lathander, tell me everything," gushing like a little schoolgirl.
I would love to tell you about the glory of the great god Lathander. But I think, and I pull up my prayer book, I think this will be able to tell you more than I could possibly tell you. But if you truly wish to devote yourself to Lathander, I can help you start your path.
And I tell them I would be ever so grateful. That'd be amazing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, we can't do anything now. The dawn is passing already. But tomorrow, at the strike of dawn, if we take our last watch and then wait for the dawn to come, I can try to help you dedicate yourself to the devotion of service to Lathander, if you wish to.
What do I have to do?
I'll tell you what you need to do when the next dawn comes.
But Lathander.
It's okay. There is always another dawn. And I kind of clap my hands in there.
I have tears running down my cheeks.
Oh.
And I run up to Druge and I fall at his feet and I say, praise Lathander, thank you for bringing me to him.
You're very welcome, friend Vola.
And I hug his legs because I'm down because he's even more tall than I am, and I'm just hugging his knees,
Yeah.
crying on his knees.
Vola's joining a cult.
I'm patting her back very, very, very uneasily, and I just very gently try to extricate myself.
And I'm not letting go. I'm just like, but you don't understand. Lathander's amazing. Thank you so much. You're so nice. Everybody's so nice.
Vola, do you remember the first time you had, I don't know, fresh meat?
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of different kinds of fresh meat, and Lathander's your first fresh meat.
Dude, what? But there's only one god.
Oh boy.
You hear
This is gonna
laughing
get
from the
awkward real
tent.
quick.
Okay.
Oh boy, this ceremony just took its head.
Iku walks away at this point.
I chase up. I actually chase after Riku.
You chase after Iku? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll let Vola finish her.
Alright.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
Let's have some breakfast, Vola.
But what breakfast would please Lathander the most?
Oh no.
Whatever brings you glory. And I look over at Jugi.
I don't know. Would ham work? Or is that forbidden? Or is it fruit?
Kosher?
Or is it plants? Do I have to eat insects? Like, what does Lathander want? I
At
don't
this
understand.
point, Dee Dee walks up to Vola, 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 and is like, may I offer you this egg during these trying times? And she pulls out a raw egg.
And I take the egg and I go, well, you know what? When you break it open, it's yellow like the sun.
Yeah, and that Lathander and all that, yeah.
Yes!
The egg of Lathander? Oh no.
You hear a gunshot from the tent.
Oh, stop it. That's awful.
That's it. Ranzin has killed himself.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh no.
So I eat the egg happily because it's the color of Lathander.
But I like red sunny side up.
Colors of Lathander, I guess. White
and
yellow.
and yeah. That's what I'm doing. I don't want to take over the whole session with praising Lathander, so please go
Oh,
on.
but can we?
hey, the
Because-
more you do, the less I have to do. So
yeah,
I'm fine
same.
with it.
The more y'all RP, the more I can sit here and laugh at what you do, which I love for myself.
But I just think she eats breakfast, so you can take a moment away from me now.
All right, so we'll cut to Jugi and Iku, since Jugi seemed to want to speak to Iku.
The egg of Lathander.
Iku,
Yes.
can you believe this? Can you believe this? I mean, Volar has just suddenly found the light of Lathander. Isn't that incredible?
I'm gonna roll here for something.
God.
Iku, she'll smile kindly at you and say, I'm trying to think of how I can word this as Iku. She'll say, I think it is wonderful that your friend has found purpose beyond that which she can see. I do fear it may be slightly misguided, but perhaps she can learn through the teachings of Lathander that there is more to this world.
Yeah,
Because
you're right.
for yourself, even as a devout follower of Lathander, you recognize that there are many worlds, and many planes, and many gods.
Indeed. I mean, it just seems so sudden that she would suddenly find herself so heavily devoted to Lathander like this. I mean, it's glorious and everything. I just hope that she, through her faith of Lathander, is able to actually learn the intricacies of this world.
Time will tell. And Lathander will be the one to decide if she is truly worthy of such a mantle.
Well, that's kind of what I want to talk about. If Lathander is to bring her into our faith, then I would need to conduct a special ceremony in the next morning. But the problem is, for me to do so, I would need a special component. And I was just wondering, you seem like a very highly spiritual person yourself.
I am.
I don't suppose you would happen to have any powdered silver on you, would you?
She thinks for a second, and she takes her backpack off of her back and kind of roots around a bit. And you need it. What's the spell you need it for? Ceremony?
Ceremony, yeah.
Okay. I actually think she has that spell, so it makes sense for her to have it. She takes out a pouch from her backpack. It's a small one, but she hands it to you and says, I forgot I had this, but you're welcome to it. I haven't had to perform a ceremony in many years.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. How many uses of silver powder does it have?
Probably just one. I'll say just one. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
She says, perhaps this is just a word of advice from me to you, and you may take it as you wish. Perhaps give her the time and the chance to process this discovery before performing a ceremony.
You mean wait until the next dawn after?
See how she feels by the end of the day. Perhaps give her the chance to think it over. And
You're
maybe
right.
her enthusiasm will continue, and you can do as you wish. I mean, there's no harm in doing the spell. It doesn't bind her soul to Lathander. It is merely an ornamental, if nothing else, and I know a gesture that your god would approve of.
You're right. My dedication ceremony really affected me. Like when I dedicated myself to the lab family. I hope that if she decides to go through with it, I would be able to give her a seed of hope within herself, like the family gave me hope.
I think that's a wonderful sentiment.
Thank you. And thank you for this open.
Of course. You have proven to be, all of you have proven to be, more than mere charges of mine. I consider you friends.
Aw.
You're a good friend to us, Iki.
I try. I believe that the 5 of you could. I think you could stop the death curse. I think you could help me purge this land of evil. And I think that our new companions, and she kind of like juts her chin in the general direction of where Artis and Dragonbait are kind of hanging out. She says, I think they will be valuable assets as well, although I am still unsure of their intentions. But know that I am on your side, no matter what comes. If anything.
What do you think about this ring that Artis wears? Seems a very powerful magical item.
She hesitates, visibly hesitates, and she says, It does not seem to be affecting him negatively, however. The item itself does not seem good. It gives me the sense of that sword that Ranzit found.
Really?
It does. I do not wish to pry and bother Master Simber with something like that. He seems to have it well in hand. He is a righteous man. He appears to be sound of mind and makes rational decisions. I do not see a reason to worry, as of now. But the item itself, if it were to fall in the wrong hands, I imagine could cause an immense amount of destruction.
Certainly does give me the chills, that's for sure.
Literally, and it changes the weather here, which could be devastating to the wildlife of the jungle.
I was kind of wondering about that. It did feel colder in this jungle since we met Artis, and if this ring is the source of the coldness, even if he's not using it, it does feel. I don't know if there's. I'm worried about if we leave it alone, though, that inaction might lead any kind of evil to grow, though. So maybe we should keep an eye out for Artis, maybe, and look into what he does.
She nods and says, it would be best to keep an eye. Though, if he's had it for as long as he seems to have had it, perhaps he is used to the thing.
Maybe. And if he uses it for a good purpose, then that would be glorious in the eyes of Lathander, that's for sure.
She nods. Let's head back to the camp.
You're right. I could do with some sunny side up eggs.
Ranzit, what are you doing?
Eggs of Lathander to you.
The eggs of Lathander. Ranzit, what are you doing this morning?
Other than putting one between the eyes.
Stop it.
Yeah. Apparently, I had a pistol in my inventory. I don't even remember getting one.
I think you found one
firearm as well.
I think
Yeah.
you found one on the pirate ship
Firearms.
and squirreled it away.
Yeah, probably. Gathering my stuff up, helping make breakfast,
Okay.
and wondering what the hell is the deal with this sword?
I will say that now that you are up and about, you feel a general sense of apprehension. But it comes and goes in waves. Dee Dee. What you doing?
Very fucking confused by this whole offender thing. Mostly just scribbling in my book, trying to now keeping my distance from the goblin adjacent one, fearing that the religiousness is like an infection. It might be viral. I don't want to get too close.
I see.
Dee Dee, the socially distant terrorist.
Dee Dee,
Lathander
her
19, is that what this is?
Her name is just gonna keep getting
So,
longer.
I'm gonna change it right now.
You need the socially distant.
Yeah. And it will still never be. And it will still never
So
be as long
good.
as my name.
That's true. That's
Perhaps
true.
a vaccine. I agree, Migraine Boy. We need a vaccine for all this. Oh boy, I really hope my computer doesn't die because everything is frozen
Oh boy.
except for the
Ooh.
video. So that's cool.
That's not good.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
And then I'm gonna turn to Druge and be like, "What did you do?"
Oh no.
I'm sorry. Hey, at least she believes in things that she can't see now. That might not be a good thing, huh?
At what cost?
What cost?
Yeah.
At what cost, indeed.
You know what? If it brings her joy.
Does it spark joy, Marie Kondo? I'm gonna.
It
shut up
Notice
now.
me, senpai.
Notice me, senpai. Why do you do this to me? Anyway, you have breakfast and it's wonderful.
It was an egg.
It was an egg. You had an egg. A
It
single.
may or may not have been rotten. It's been in my bag for a while.
Oh no.
I didn't hear that.
Roll Constitution save.
Yeah, roll a Constitution
Well,
save. Actually,
That's the
Vola.
right person to do it.
Yeah, she is the right person to do it. Just for shits and giggles.
You want me to roll a Constitution save?
Yep,
Really?
Yep.
Oh, you're so funny.
All shits and giggles till someone giggles and shits.
23.
You're fine.
Okay.
Duff kept making Rusty do it, and I kept making the most ridiculous saves.
You-
Oh, wait, with
you-
your fish?
I'll say you burp when you're done, and it tastes a little gross, but you feel okay.
Excuse me. Praise Lathander.
It smells pretty bad as well.
Excuse
Kinda
me.
like
Excuse
pickled
me,
herring.
praise Lathander. So do you pack up camp for the day? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah?
Yeah, that's.
Ready to go? Ready to roll?
let's get moving.
All right.
Let's do the good work.
Oh, I love this so much. Can I get a navigation roll from the party navigator, por favor?
You can,
Por
por
favor.
favor. That is going to be a
21.
The one for the navigation. Why are we doing this? I don't. Why?
sorry, it's gonna be a 21.
Oh,
My bad, broke
okay,
character.
that makes much more sense. Thank you for staying in character. I really appreciate it.
I go ahead and pop my arcane armor.
Oh, you do the thing.
Oh, that's a good
I
idea.
do the
My
thing. Now
fire-
I'm big,
my-
strong gnome.
Big strong gnome. My
I'm gonna cast Armor
Firefox
of
is
Shadows.
frozen, so I'm just gonna bullshit it. Yeah, my Firefox is completely frozen. I think it's just Firefox doing this to me. It's fine.
You look fine to us. You sound fine. You look good on
Yeah,
stream.
the stream is fine. It's
You're
just
beautiful.
Firefox is being a dick. Aww,
beautiful.
thanks.
In the light of the
Inspira-
thunder.
Point of inspiration for whoever just said that because my audio cut out.
That was me? Was that
Okay.
me?
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
a point of inspiration.
Yay!
Flattery will get you everywhere. Alright.
Well,
Well, you begin your journey more southward, and Iku appears to be moving with a purpose. She's actually at the head of the party now, and she tells the party that there is a landmark that she would like to share with you all. And you travel for a few hours, and I would say as the sun reaches its zenith in the sky, you start thinking about stopping for lunch for the day, and you follow the river, and up at the top of a not steep incline, but you realize that you're moving up into like the higher lands of the jungles. And as you crest this incline, you see something incredible. A massive river canyon that appears to flow out towards the sea. And it inspires a sense of wonder in you all. The cliff walls it's very jagged, anywhere from 50 feet high to 200 feet high, and it is lined with row upon row of rainbow coral. And it is just a breathtaking pseudo-underwater seascape above where the river runs. And mixed in amongst the coral are massive, intact skeletons of plesiosaurs, giant sharks, and other sea creatures. And in the distance you hear bird song, and far below where you are, you see crocodiles in the water, and it's incredible. None of you have ever seen anything like this. Normally when you see coral that's dead, it loses its color, it gets bleached by the sun, but not here. And Ika kind of smiles at you all and says, "This is Ataz Kahakla."
By the light of Lathander, have you ever seen such a wondrous sight?
What does that word translate as?
Well, it's not as pleasant as it looks. It translates to Gorge of Death. But I think it's because of the skeletons.
I love this place.
It's beautiful, is it not? I thought you would like it.
The Gorge of Death.
It is the Gorge of Death. That is what it translates to in Chultan.
Please point out some of the skeletons, Iku.
Oh yeah, she absolutely will point out and name various creatures for you.
So that you can writing down everything she's saying.
Yeah, so you can record them in the book. Y'all, I don't know what is up with my Firefox today, but I can't move the map, so I'm just gonna pretend.
Hey, that's what this is all about.
Well,
Yeah.
Despite the name and everything, is there still quite a lot of life around in this place?
She kind of motions about, and you can see that there's birds' nests in the coral, and monkeys climbing in and out of different places, and there even appears to be a cave further down. You see, there's crocodiles in the water. That's life. Those are, they're walking around, swimming around, and all of that.
I mean, the coral itself is still alive, right?
No, it's dead.
Okay.
But look, from death comes life.
From life comes death. It's a circle.
Yes.
It's a circle, but life springing up from death is one of the main elements of the Church of Lathander.
I'm
Lathander is a god of
my
renewal.
head.
Lathander is a god of
just
renewal.
nodding furiously.
But life springs up, but then it dies again. So that's really only half of it, right?
But then
goodness.
it continues happening. It's like a circle of life, if you will.
And the fate of and Lathander brings renewal to that which has died.
See, you can't have it without Lathander. See?
Hey, Drush, I have a request of you.
Yes.
God.
TD becomes a.
Is there any I'm gonna take? We have I have some kind of red flour. I'm gonna mush it up into paste.
Okay.
Can you put this on my forehead and then lift me up over the cliff?
Absolutely, little friend. I will lean
You just
forward
died.
and hold Dee Dee up and chant in Abyssal. And of course, since Vola has no idea what I'm saying, I will say, "Are you having fun, friend Dee Dee? Is this fun for you?"
I'm just maniacally laughing while I'm overseeing the canyon, like, ah!
It's the circle of life.
I will chant "Circle of Life" in Abyssal.
I
And
love
then-
you guys so much.
When I've had enough, I'll just give him a little pat on the arm. Okay, I'm done. Put me down now.
Hey, do you have any more of those eggs?
How many you want? You can have as many as you want. That was fun. Thanks.
Just one, but maybe one of the fresher ones.
Oh God.
I cannot promise anything.
Oh my god.
Please,
I will
please
take
tell
one.
me there's a mind flayer skeleton somewhere in this valley.
There is. There's several.
Oh, really?
What
No,
are you gonna do with that egg?
Of course not.
Friend Vola, would you like my egg?
Why are you giving me a gift from Lathander?
And doesn't that go the other way around?
Because you asked so nicely.
Gift from Dee Dee.
You didn't
Yeah.
ask for an egg.
Well, you asked what I was going to do with it. I assumed you wanted it.
No, well, I don't want to take the light of Lathander's gifts to you from you. I mean,
I remember friend Viola Evola. I did that work right? Dee Dee, did I do that right?
Yeah, it's Vola, Viola, Vola. You have to say it 3 times.
Okay. But remember, Vola, I don't worship Lathander.
Why not?
Because I like dead things.
Okay, I mean, everybody's got their hobbies, but you can still worship Lathander.
That's not how that works, Vola.
Vola looks
kind
very
of looks
confused.
Yeah, Juki kind of looks at Vola and realizes that there's something she needs to know about other deities, particularly the dead. And so he's going to stay silent for the moment, but at the moment that we start moving on again, he's going to try to take her to. They're going to try and take her to one side.
I
Brent?
insist that Druj keep the egg.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Ranzit walks past Jugi, kind of stops beside him, looks at him. The helmet kind of raises up, and he just pats you on the back. Good luck. The helmet comes back down, and he starts walking again.
Igu is just watching this all unfold with a slightly amused look on her face.
Suddenly, Vola has a revelation. In the back of her pack, she realizes she has a couple of things in there. And one of the things she has, amazingly enough, even though Dee Dee was so nice to give her one to start this whole thing going, she realizes she still has a couple Nanotopins donuts.
Oh.
And she takes one out, much like the one was given to her by Dee Dee. And she goes to Druj and she says, "Light of Lathander can be yours as well." And hands it to him.
Oh, I like the light of Lathander if it is an Ananatoppins donut. I will take the donut and eat it.
And I say, that's why they're so good.
If you say so. Vola, Vola, Vola. Dee Dee? Yes?
Yep, that was the right way. Yep.
Excellent.
Who's going to tell Vola that Nanotopins is an Oh my. That was pretty awesome. Anyway, ignoring that. Anyway, so I give it to him and let him bask in the light, and we're good.
I love it. Iku makes lunch for everybody today, so you can have a nice view.
Awesome.
She probably says something along the lines of, been traveling so much and it's been kind of rough, so figured we'd have a nice lunch day. We're still traveling at the speed we normally would, so I'm not delaying us at all?
Vola nudges Jugi and asks them if there's anything special that has to be said before you eat something.
Please tell us
Sorry,
more.
what
I
was
want
it?
to know.
Sorry, what was the question again?
What's
Sorry?
Lathander's
do
version of grace?
Do I have to say something before I eat? Is that like a requirement?
No. Well, we're not really.
Thanks to the
It's
Betty's
not
migraine boy.
something that you.
I said thanks to the Betty's migraine boy.
Thank you, Micro Boy.
It's you kind of with our faith, you kind of place more importance in activities themselves than rather following rules and rituals.
But
So-
there are rituals, right?
Oh, there are certainly rituals, yes, but you don't have to strictly adhere to them. If you don't have the time. I mean, I've never really gone for the whole prayer before every single, standard element of the day, like prayer before a meal or prayer before a battle or something like that.
But hear me out. Wouldn't Lathander like it if we worshipped him more? I mean, just goes to figure, right? I mean, like that. If I was God, I'd want that all the time, right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, Lathander isn't a lonely god. He has his friends amongst the pantheon of gods, and he even has a loved one within the pantheon. So worshipping him solely is not something Lathander would particularly wish for.
Bola is very confused, and her mind is going because that's not what she has witnessed when Jugi has been praising Lathander.
I mean, I praise Lathander because he is who I worship and who I follow. But it's not something you can force onto yourself. You have to, take the tenets and the dogma of Lathander and put your faith in them, but not force it onto anyone in particular.
I'm
Because
sorry, what was that? Not forcing religion onto people?
Rancid, can you just make some rum, please? I think we should all have some rum with lunch.
Way ahead of you, man. I've already killed half this jug.
listen,
Wait, it's endless. Hold on
how
a
about
second.
we talk, Volda? How about we talk about this, privately,
Fine.
some other time in our journey?
That's fine. I'm good. I'm good. I'm just gonna be over here basking in the light. I'm good.
Oh, you bask.
I'm gonna bask. That's what I'm doing.
I pull out the dirk and hold it in my offhand, and I just look at it and said, "Don't tell me you're a follower of the Light of Lathander too."
You feel a resounding and deep sense of denial, as if to say, no. No, I'm fucking not.
All right, cool. All right, good. Just making sure, because fucking A.
That's the second stage of Lathander belief.
Right.
Denial.
Yeah, right. Strong denial.
Roll me. We'll
Then-
say you've had the sword for a few days. Yeah. You've had it. You've been.
However
living,
long it's been since the
Yeah,
toad.
you've been living with the sword for at least 3 days at this point, I believe.
Something like that, I think.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Roll me an insight check. I'm gonna call it an insight for lack of
That's fine.
another thing to use.
Ooh, 21.
You feel like you can
Like,
almost hear the word no.
Excellent.
Like, instead of just the feeling, you feel like just below the surface is the words. And like a whisper in another room almost. You know, so faint that it's just outside of your periphery, but you know that it was said.
I hug the dark. Oh, thank you.
You feel a sense of awkwardness.
I know it's awkward for me too. I set it down beside me.
And a sense of relief.
I'm about to piss Iko off, I think, but I'm gonna ask Dee Dee if she would please. Can you grab something for me? Can I lower you down there just so you can grab a little bone there? And I'm pointing at like a skeleton, like 5 feet down the cliff. Can you grab that for me? I'll hold your feet.
Iko kind of pipes up when you do that, actually, and she says, just be careful. That's a really far drop.
I gotcha, but I want to use the bone and crush it up and make some ink.
Okay.
Yeah, alright, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to need 2 strength checks. One from Dee Dee, one from Druge.
I'm gonna guide both. Guide.
No guiding.
No guiding?
No.
Even though I know I'm about to, do this?
No,
Okay.
you're not allowed. Your hands are full.
Okay. 15, 14.
Okay.
I got 12.
Okay. Dee Dee, you get a little piece of a bone.
That's all I need.
I will say, though, you start to feel your grip slip just a little bit, just at the last moment before you pull her over the edge, and she's fine again.
Thank you, friend Dee Dee. If you need a favor, I will do a favor for you.
Okay. That was a weird interaction. Okay, bye. And I'm gonna, skedaddle away from Druge.
And I will take some of the dead frog blood and some of this, and I'll, mix it up in a mortar and pestle, and I'm just happily making some, ink.
What color ink is it?
Black.
Black.
Black. Like death.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, yes. I mean, it is, dead giant frog blood and bone, so
Okay.
probably, very, very black or very, very dark red.
As black as my soul in the heart of my ex.
Oh my god. Iko kind
Yes.
of watches while you're making the ink, with interest. And she kind of looks at everybody and she says, well, if everybody's done eating, we can move along.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
All right. And she'll lead the party once again for the rest of the day. You had a nice little lunch break. Your travels in this area are surprisingly peaceful. Which is not normal for, what you're used to experiencing here. But with the guidance of Iku, I'm trying to see where you are on the map. Please. There we go. All right. You are back into the thick of it, into the thick of the jungle. That song's gonna be stuck in my head for the rest of my life.
Into the thick of it.
It lives in my head rent-free. Before it begins to, before the sun begins to set and you are passing into the end of another day survived.
Woo.
Woo, indeed. So, with that being said, let's see what kind of weird shit I rolled for on this table.
Oh boy.
Okay. We are by the river, so I will use river things.
Is there that big lake at the bottom, the Aldani Basin.
So that's not that you're traveling parallel to the Aldani Basin. You're
Got
not
it.
going to be traveling through the Aldani Basin because what you need is beyond that point.
Got it.
So let's see if you find anything cool.
Like an airship.
Oh, like an airship. Nah, you still got a ways to go before you get
Lathander in the flesh.
Lathander in the flesh. Oh. You find, well, Iku finds. She kind of holds up her fist to get everybody to stop, and she points her staff towards what looks to be a half-buried wooden crate at the base of a tree, and she approaches it and kind of pokes it. She pokes it with her staff, the butt of her staff, and waits a second. None of you hear anything, so she pries it open. And inside, you find a 50-day supply of rations.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot of rations.
that's a lot of rations.
Do they include eggs?
Sure, there's pickled eggs in there.
I'm not going to say it.
There may be a single tin of pickled herring.
Yes! It's not this character.
It has Rancid's face on it. Just kidding.
I diversify.
He does diversify. He is a merchant after all.
Are they Mr. Bottoms? Never mind.
Rancid's herrings.
Oh, no.
Who's-
So you find those rations, and you may take what you wish. Artist and Dragon Bait are both like,
Num num num.
pretty much.
I'm going to watch Dragonbait. Does Dragonbait, his entire culture is based on scent. So does he seem like he's going to take some and eat them?
You don't know that his culture is based on scent.
Well, I mean, they communicate that way, so I'm assuming his sense of smell is way better.
Let's be clear. You know nothing about what his race is like. You do not know if this is his only method of communication.
Oh, I agree.
It is
Let Druge make wild assumptions.
Okay, Druge can make wild assumptions. All right, that's fine. I mean, he eats just like the rest of you.
Got it.
Yeah. He doesn't, he seems to be partial to vegetables. So, I'm not saying he doesn't eat meat, but he seems to prefer vegetables.
Are there any vegetables in these rations? Or is it mostly hardtack?
Oh, it's mostly hardtack and things of that nature, but Iku, you've seen more than once Iku showing Dragon Bait different plants and things that he can eat. Fruits.
Got it.
And I mean there's fruit trees everywhere here and wild, wild grown vegetables and things of that nature. This place is Cholt is largely uninhabited. So it is just wild everything. Everything just grows completely unchecked here. So that is one of the things that you find.
There's something I have neglected to talk to Iku about, and I'll do it tonight, so I don't want to slow things down right now, but
Okay.
hey, maybe I should, since I have a very, very high medicine score, I should probably learn what indigenous plants are good for medicine here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she can help you with that for sure. I will say... Oh, no. Please don't break. Okay, I guess I have to roll again.
If you do that, Dee Dee would also like to do that because she's proficient with nature.
Okay, yeah,
Cool.
She'll teach a little class. She'll teach a little class for the party. It's fine. Oh, that's an interesting roll. Okay. I will say as you're passing, you're seeing little landmarks carved into the trees, and little flags with the symbol of the Emerald Enclave. But you don't find any Emerald Enclave members. That's just a little flavor text. You can see that the Emerald Enclave has at least traveled through here before. No.
So I never played druids. Honest to God, how much do characters know about the Emerald Enclave? How much is generally known to the public?
I would say in the known world, the Emerald Enclave is the largest organization geared towards those who are aligned with protecting nature. So
Okay.
druids, rangers, they welcome all kinds, but a lot
Nature
of their
clerics.
ranks are nature clerics, yep. Those who are aligned with nature-type deities or have nature-aligned abilities
Got
are
it.
usually ideal candidates for the Emerald Enclave. They are known as a benevolent organization. They do charity where they can. They're not shady like a lot of organizations in Waterdeep.
They're
And
no
Baldur's
Zentarum.
Gate, and yeah, not like the Zentarum. They're good guys. They're nice people, generally speaking.
Still didn't like Grief.
Well, Grief is a shithead, so
Yeah.
you can't even deny it. Yes, or the Praetors Haberdashery Consortium. They're good guys.
Well, you're kind of stretching the word good out there, but we'll go with
Hey,
it.
you know, Lord Praetor is the one who mentioned it in chat, but I am giving the camera a look. Don't talk to me about Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium, sir. You can't do
Otherwise-
that.
Yeah, otherwise we'll tell everyone they sell hats.
Yeah, they do sell hats.
All right, look,
Start a rumor.
motherfucker, we don't sell hats.
Listen here, motherfucker. We
Listen
don't
here,
sell
you son of a bitch.
son of a bitch. All right.
Say what again?
Say
Say
what?
what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Double dog dare you. Anyway,
What?
moving on. You get to the point where you are going to camp for the night, and you see a tree stand that is very distinctly Emerald Enclave. It's empty though. There's nothing in it. It's just near where you decide to camp. Flavor text. Sparkle,
I knew
sparkle.
Duff was gonna say that in chat.
Yep. Language. Language. You
English.
guys, you can't use language like that. It's not very nice.
I mean, technically it's past the watershed for us, but
I'm waiting for him to shut off my stream just for fucking with him.
who am I?
Risky whiskey. Oh no.
Hey,
Hey, that's a good call.
somebody knows how to have a good time.
Hell yeah. So
That's
yeah,
apparently it's giant whiskey in my game.
who's gonna go on? Who's gonna do? How do you guys want to do the watches? You can like choose to have some downtime and relax before we do the watches if you want to. It's up to you.
I'll do first watch so I don't have to. I
Yeah,
can stay
before-
in my
You don't have to
armor
praise Lathander?
before get out.
Yeah, yeah. Before we do the watches, I kind of want to take Velen aside for a moment
Okay.
to kind of speak to her about certain things.
I see.
You know what? This would be a great time, and I grab Dee Dee and Iku, and let's learn about vegetables.
I like vegetables, Bulla says.
But what about the light of the
Vegetables-
sander?
wait, I wasn't done. Vegetables come from Lathander.
There it is.
Iku,
Not quite, but
she she makes a little bit of a face. You can tell she actually let me see how long she's gonna tolerate this bullshit.
What you
Okay.
call it?
Well, I rolled a nat 20, so that's good for you. She
Is it though?
She turns
Is it though?
she turns to Vola and she says, "Not all things come from Lathander. There are many gods and many worlds, and all things have their own origins. Vegetables, for example, come from the earth." She points down at the ground.
I'm trying to keep a straight face. It's not working.
Uh,
Vola's blinking.
remember,
But the earth comes from Lathander.
nope, not true.
it
That is not true.
Vola, before I really want to dedicate you to the light of the Lathander, but there's some things we need to talk to you about Lathander and his purpose in it. God, I'm sounding like one of those.
This is an intervention. This is
like
a
I'm in
Lathander
kindergarten.
intervention.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, Lathander is a deity of certainly of renewal and of spring and of the dawn, and the light of Lathander certainly brings its light down on the ground to bring us the gifts of the earth. But it's not just Lathander that creates the world. Lathander is just a part of what makes the pantheon of Toro. And one of the tenets of Lathander is that we have to give respect to those beings and what they do.
Like death.
You're not that.
Yeah, you're not there.
So, if what you're saying is true, and Vola says this in a way that where she doesn't quite believe him. If what you're saying is true, then there's no reason why you would only worship Lathander. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, no. I mean, part of worshiping Lathander is being respectful to those who worship other deities. And some of those deities are allies and friends of Lathander and his followers. And particularly, I mentioned a kindred spirit of Lathander, Shanti, the goddess of life and bounty. In fact, she is worshipped for her bringing in the vegetables that you enjoy. And Lathander has such a beautiful relationship with Shanti that is what enables life to grow.
So, what's her name again?
Shanti.
Shanti.
Chauntea.
Okay. So, Shanti is the real power. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying? You're saying
No.
praise
No.
Shanti.
No.
Oh no.
Shanti is part of the power, as is Lathander. By worshipping one, you worship all of the power of the pantheon of gods that reside here. There is no one god that has supreme power, in this world. But by bringing faith to Lathander, you bring faith to it all. And you have to respect that.
Yep. I will say at this point, Artis is kind of setting up his tent, and Dragonbait walks up to you, overhearing this conversation. And, those of you who are in the know understand that Dragonbait is quite a powerful paladin. And he rummages in his bag and pulls out his journal and writes something down and holds it up for you, Vola. And the page says, "Imagine the universe is like a stained glass relief. All of the parts are required for harmony. And he kind of smiles at you in a way that a dinosaur can smile, but yeah, he just kind of nods and points to the page.
A dinosaur can smile. And the first thing Vola thinks is, if everything's like a stained glass relief, then it can be easily broken.
He nods.
Indeed.
And Iku
This
says,
is very deep for Vola, you have to realize.
Iku will say, to Dragonbait's point, that is why balance is so important. You see, while each deity has their own followers, such as I have mine, and Juki follows Lathander, and Druj follows, Jurgle? No, you don't worship Jurgle, you worship...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jurgle. So she says, and Druj worships Jurgle, the god of death. All of these pieces are necessary for the world. Now, gods rise and fall just as kingdoms do, just as people do. Everything is a cycle. And that's the important thing to remember, is that there is no one true way to move through life.
Bola is very sad.
It is about what resonates with you as a person. And if you feel that Lathander is a good path for you, then there is no reason why you cannot follow that path, for as long as it serves you.
And I would be happy to start you on that path. But it is not an easy path. It will require a lot of dedication to not only Lathander, but to life in general, and the respect of life. I mean, there are a lot of idealistic nobles that just fall into placing their faith into Lathander, sometimes as a last act of rebellion before they accept the responsibilities of the nobility, because they claim to be personally tasked by the Morning Lord to see to the affairs of their lessers. But people with true hearts, they stay on that path because they know that their faith is guiding them to a true purpose. And I am sure that your heart will be true. And if you wish to join this path, then I will bring you to it. But just remember, you must keep your faith in order to walk it. And that faith isn't just to Lathander alone.
Vola is very overwhelmed, to say the least. She asks Dee Dee if she can have another egg.
I love this.
Pull out another egg for Vola, Viola, Vola. And I hand it to her.
And Vola very thoughtfully takes the egg and goes and where are we exactly right now? We're getting ready to be on watch. And goes and sits in front of her tent.
Aww.
Methodically opens the egg and gnaws on it, and is very
stares deeply into the fire.
Mm-hmm. And exactly.
Yeah. As Juki turns in for the night, they go to Volan and say, just think about it while you keep watch. And if you still wish to follow this path, then come see me at the light of dawn. And I will set you up, and I will be happy to help set you up on it.
Vola nods and goes back to her egg. Not a sermon, just a thought. Exactly.
Yep.
DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Does Renzit's new sword friend react to Dragonbait's journal being pulled out?
Oh,
that is a great question.
Fucker.
Hold on. You feel a sense of interest. But
Oh, don't let me stop you. And I just kind of go, fucking have at it.
But the sword does not drag you towards the journal.
Oh. Well then.
right. So first watch is Rancid and Vola, I assume.
Sure.
I will
Deedee's
take-
around, but you know.
Deedee's around.
You know what? Why don't we let Vola go last just in case she makes the decision?
I mean, she said that she was sitting out and open by
Oh,
Yeah,
the
okay.
I'm
fire.
sitting out.
So
But that's I appreciate that, but I can always get back up.
Okay.
I'm going by what the players are saying here. So Vola and Rancid, you are the first two up. And it'd be great if I could actually find the thing that I need. Alright. I would like perception checks from everyone except for Vola because she is
Oh.
meditating on what she wants to do.
Oh, okay.
But
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That
22.
is a 19 on the die, so
Okay.
25.
Alrighty. Let's see what this other thing I rolled for is.
Oh wait, and this is for the watch, right?
Correct.
I'll go ahead and put a flash of genius on there because it resets anyway. So 30.
As you wish.
Hooray!
You hear plodding footsteps. They do not sound hurried. They do not sound worrisome in any way. It sounds like an animal, I will say. And before long, you can see movement through the brush. And what you see is a quadruped-like dinosaur that has large spikes on its back and a long tail with a club-like end to it. What you are seeing, not that you know what it is called, is an ankylosaurus.
Osaurus. Yeah.
Correct. It is walking about and eating leaves. It's eating grass and leaves and poking about through the bushes, and you can see that it kind of looks in the general direction of the camp and then turns away. It just kind of is going about its business, like basically ignoring the camp, but you can see it. It is in visible range of the camp.
I'm gonna kind of do like a little crude drawing of it in my journal and just kind of make notes of its behavior and everything.
Roll me a performance check to see how good your drawing is.
Like, scrawl.
12.
It's all right.
That's an average drawing.
It's pretty good.
It's not a stick figure, but like slightly better.
Yeah, it's got like a little smiley face instead of like a detailed face.
Consummate V's. I said
Oh
consummate
no,
V's.
it looks like one of the what is it? The mimic dolls from Pokemon with the little
Ditto?
baby eyes and the little happy face.
Yeah. Oh god.
So enjoy that mental image as this dinosaur plods about and seems to avoid the camp and eventually kind of wanders off again. Jugi. You have a bad dream.
oh no!
A very bad dream.
Don't wake up with an erection.
Oh God.
Not today. No, we're not doing that today. There will be none of that today. I'm just saying it now.
I don't know what.
No, there will be none of that today.
I was gonna make a joke, like I say that to him every day.
Jugi,
Yes.
in your dream. I'm putting my foot down on that joke. No, we're done. It's dead. I don't think you've been visited by a night hag yet, have you?
Oh, no.
Night hag! Woo!
Go ahead.
You see standing over you a woman question mark, a woman question mark, with she's very weathered and wrinkly, and her skin is like a blackened gray, and her fingers and her other extremities, like her ears, like the tips of her ears and the tip of her nose and her chin are blackened. But her skin is just this unnatural ashen gray color, like soot, like she's covered in soot. And you see row upon row of necklace, and these necklaces appear to be made of children's teeth. They're small teeth. Not like goblin teeth or anything like that, but definitely small enough to be those of children. And there is more strings of this sinew that, upon closer inspection, because you simply cannot look away, appears to be skin, like pulled really taut and stretched out to be like more necklaces. And it covers her chest. She's got all these necklaces, just rows of teeth and string and bone and all these horrible things. And she stands over you and she cackles and laughs and laughs. And as she laughs, a bright yellow gas begins to come out of her ears and her nose and her mouth, and it fills the room that you find yourself trapped in. You are tied to a cot. You're in what looks to be a hut, and around you there are, totems hanging from the ceiling, and there's a fire raging in the background behind her. And all you can hear is the crying of children and hysterical, maniacal laughter. And she stands over you and she says, "Soon. I expect I will be seeing you very soon. Your light of Lathander will not save you." And, just the gas just completely fills the room. And you wake up in a cold sweat. And you have scratch marks all over your body. And they're not normal for you. They're not like the raised kind of vaguely black rush of verdant blood. It's red. They're red scratch marks, like that of a human. And for the briefest second, you're not sure that your skin is green anymore. You're not sure of anything. You wake up in your tent completely disoriented and not sure of where you are. And there's just raised scratch marks all over your body, your chest, your neck, your face, your arms and legs, just everywhere. And you are shivering. You will have 1 level of exhaustion tomorrow.
Oh, jeez.
Ouch.
You wake up screaming. And those of you who are awake hear this. This is all happening during the first watch. Like, you fall asleep, you have this terrifying dream, and you wake up by the end of the first watch.
I will get up and jump out of my tent and run over and see what's going on if I can.
I grab the dirk and assume a fencing pose.
There you go.
Have at thee.
Have at thee.
And Jugi, coming out of your tent to a 7-foot tall furbolg in a loincloth is probably not the most soothing thought, but...
Yeah.
Are you okay, friend Jugi?
No. I saw her.
Oh.
And you can see, even in the low light, because the fire is still lit in the camp, that Jugi is all kinds of scratched up, like real bad.
I will whisper something very quietly to Jugi, and it is the first, last, and only spell I will cast in Celestial and heal Jugi.
Okay. You cast the healing spell, whatever spell you're doing,
Cure wounds.
Um,
Whatever will, yeah.
on Jugi, and the scratch marks do not fade.
Ooh.
Wow. That's something.
Can I do like an Arcana check to see if it's unnatural?
Sure.
I can help.
Sure.
20, dirty 20.
Okay. Were you rolling too, Rancid? Also, you're not on camera. I'm gonna yell at you in about a second here.
Yeah, no, coughing fit.
Oh, it's all right.
I was helping so she could roll at advantage.
Oh, okay. Did you?
Oh,
you
so that's a 23 then.
Okay. You think that the scratches are self-inflicted. But what is strange is that they don't appear to match what you've seen. You've seen Jugi get injured, and you know that Jugi's blood is not red like humans are, and not like yours. Jugi's blood is black. So the fact that the raised scratches are red instead of like a greenish black makes no sense to you whatsoever. So
Is there any like actual blood coming off?
Nope. They're just raised like you know how like when you scratch really hard you have like those little red lines for a little while and then they go away? It's like that, but on green skin instead, and red instead of black. And not fading. It's staying. And you get the sense, especially after hearing that it was a night hag that did this, that it's just a residual effect of Jugi's consciousness being connected to this creature.
Yeah,
While
it
he
should
was-
go
while
away.
asleep.
Probably, yeah. You good? You need anything? You want an egg?
You don't feel pain, Jugi, but you do feel very scared.
I go over and I hug Jugi and say, "Lathander will make it okay." I'm very, very tender.
I'm going to try casting heroism on myself.
Okay.
Until the spell ends, the creature is immune to being frightened and gains temporary hit points equal to your spellcasting ability modifier.
Alrighty.
So,
Is that concentration? Because that'll go away when you go to sleep, I think.
yeah, that's concentration, but I mean, it only lasts a minute anyway. So
Okay.
it's just basically to help
Yeah, that's fine.
lessen the effect of the fear.
You feel like you're able to be a bit more brave about it now. But you were quite shaken.
Yeah. I think we need to prepare. When I saw her, she said that we would see her very soon.
Perhaps she's in.
Perhaps. I'm assuming we will eventually face these creatures. If I were to, I don't know, engage in a psychic battle and try to put people off their game, I would keep them on their toes like this as well and say that we're about to meet every day. So I think we should continue with the amount of caution we have been. And just know, friend Jugi, that it will take some time to go away. But you will eventually recover.
I'm sure by the grace of Lathander that I will.
Of course.
But right now, I need to think about what just happened.
Yep, you're gonna have a real hard time getting back to sleep there, friend.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to put a level of Oh, you already did. Good. I see
Yeah.
you now. I had to refresh. Good. So that's the first watch. You see a dinosaur, and your friend Jugi had a real bad dream.
Oh boy.
Very eventful.
Well, I guess it's Druzh's turn for a second watch. Iku will sit up with you, since Jugi was having a tough time. And Iku will probably... Actually, you know what? You can choose which NPC you want to have your watch with.
I'll take it with Iku,
Okay.
and I will just pleasantly talk about medicinal herbs and maybe let drop halfway through the watch. So is there anything else you would like to tell me while everyone's sleeping so peacefully about your true nature?
From a distance, Dee Dee coughs, just to make sure you're aware she's around.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Iku kind of, she kind of gives you a look a little bit and looks over to where Dee Dee is, and...
I'll switch the conversation to Celestial.
Okay. Because I don't think Dee Dee speaks Celestial, anyway.
We don't know. So.
I do.
Yeah.
She says, I really think it best if we perhaps table that discussion. If it becomes relevant, I will make it known to you, but for now, it's not.
It may become relevant quicker than you can give us the information we need to either help you or rely on you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
With my big old +0.
Yep.
A bit 9.
9.
She kind of shakes her head a little bit, and she says, I am not terribly concerned about... what is it that you are worried about?
There's a multitude of things. We could be attacked by an enemy of yours. We could be relying on you for something and don't know your true capabilities. There's a whole multitude of situations. I can't name them all. I believe we've earned your trust, if not your affection.
She nods and says, that is true. You are my friends. However, I prefer that the knowledge of my location remain fairly hidden. There are not many of my kind left, and it is important to me to protect what numbers we do have.
Then I will keep whatever secret it is you have, and you tell us when you're ready.
Yeah, she's got her staff in her hand. She pretty much always does, and she just kind of is. You notice that while you're sitting and having this conversation, and I'll give you this because you're friends with Iku, you've obtained a level of loyalty with her, I will say, mechanically, that she will follow the party wherever they go as long as they don't do anything overtly evil. And she's just kind of like tapping absent-mindedly the head of the staff that she carries, which you know is carved in the shape of a coatl.
Right.
The winged, not the little winged snake, the big winged snake.
Subtle hint, DM.
Subtle hint, DM. And she kind of shifts in her seat and she says, It is not my intent to lie or be deceitful to you. It is simply easier for me to move through this world and communicate as you see me now. I hope you can understand. I do not have any active enemies that would do such a thing.
I understand. I will just quietly go back to separating, poison herbs from medicinal herbs.
Yeah, she'll be happy for the subject change and happily give you guidance as to which is which. Because she, if I am recalling correctly, she does have skills in nature and things of that nature.
I believe so.
Yes. But you can tell it's very hard for her to navigate these discussions. She gets very slow with how she talks. And, puts a lot of emphasis on saying that, she is doing what she can to tell you the truth. and not lie or be coercive in any way. And she uses that word a lot. She doesn't wish to lie to you or deceive you, but it is better for her to... She basically implies that it would be easier for her to protect you, the party, as she is, right this minute.
Okay. I will accept that, and,
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably do that perception check you wanted, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
That would be a 10.
Oof.
Hopefully Iku's better.
Well, Iku can see all the things. Let me roll for Iku, actually. That's a 36. That's not what I'm rolling for Iku. Okay.
I think Iku should get a 36.
I mean, she is quite perceptive.
Davros?
Devros? Is that you? Don't listen. Listen. 36. I want to see what I rolled on the table here. Aww. Okay, this is good. I like this. I shouldn't have awed out loud because that kind of spoils it a little bit, doesn't it? I'm gonna save that for a second here. Your watch passes peacefully. And
I will
you
go
have
back into my tent and take my armor off now.
Yeah. You have a pleasant time with Iku during your watch, and everything is fine.
Okay.
Peaceful, quiet, just the way you like it. Okay. Final watch.
I'll take it.
Okay, Dee Dee. And would you like to sit with one of the NPCs or sit with
Yeah,
another
give me
player?
dragon bait. Come on, give me
Okay,
dragon
alright. Dragon bait will totally sit with you. You wake him up. And he
Hey, buddy, you wanna do a watch with me?
he'll nod. God, now I have to get out my notes for dragon bait for what all of the smells mean. It's fine, everything's fine. I'm completely prepared. Totally prepared. So yeah, you're chilling. You're chilling with dragon bait. What do you wanna say to dragon bait?
I'll be like, so what's it like where you're from? Is it this hot?
He shakes his head no.
There are other folks like you? You got like a species?
He nods.
You all smell, when you communicate, you smell like that?
He thinks for a second, and he kind of like puts up a finger, like hold on a sec, and pulls out his journal. And what he writes on the page is the following. I communicate through smell because it is the only way I communicate that your kind can understand and comprehend. My language is not one that people from this place can hear.
Is it some kind of like supersonic echolocation kind of thing?
He thinks for a second and then writes, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I went to college. I use big words sometimes. Sorry.
GCC.
College.
So you how did you come to be in this place then? Like you're not from around here, I presume.
He kind of gives you a little shrug, and he writes down, that would be far too much for me to write.
All right.
And then
we're going to be traveling together a while, so.
Then he writes the word Saurial. Saurial. And points to it, and then writes underneath, that is the name of my people.
Saurial.
He nods.
Is Dragonbait your actual name, or is it did artists give you that name?
He nods. He nods and to imply, yes, artist gave him that name.
You like it?
He nods.
Yeah, I like it too. It's cute.
He smiles at you. He kind of like pats you on the head. A little bit, just kind of
Best friends.
Best friends.
Best friends. I'm just gonna kind of spend the rest of the night kind of just being like, what's your favorite color?
Oh yeah,
What
he
kind
totally...
of music do you like? That kind
What
of thing.
is your
Oh.
quest?
What's
Blue.
your favorite? Blue.
Wait.
No, yellow. Ah! What you smell during the conversation is not the usual scent of ham, because he's generally a pretty worrisome boy. You actually smell lemon.
He's happy.
He's happy. He's having a nice conversation with you.
You wrote down the scent translation matrix, didn't you?
I did.
He's the
Oh,
equivalent
Kirsten
of
totally
Big
did too. I know it's in her notes.
I actually have a question about that.
Yeah,
I,
sure.
I missed two of them.
Okay.
What does brimstone mean?
Brimstone is confusion.
And then wood chip was the only other one I didn't.
Wood smoke, I think, is the one you
What's-
mean.
yeah.
That is devotion / piety or religious reverence.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yep.
The annoying thing is, I kept notes myself, but they're on my now dead computer. So
Oh, no. I will post them in chat. Here.
thank you.
I will put them in the Discord chat. I will also you know what? I'll put it in Twitch chat. Why not?
Okay, that's awesome. You put him in the stream chat. Excellent.
I put it
They
in
all
the-
know now too. Cool.
Well, yep. So I'm also putting it in the Tomb of Annihilation chat in the Discord. And I will pin it for you all. How do I pin things? Ooh, wah, ah, ah. Get up. Come on, get down with the sickness. Please don't get me started. When you ask him what his favorite color is, are you wearing anything that's blue?
I probably have like some kind of ring with a gem on it.
Yeah, he
Like a
points.
sapphire.
He points to something you have that's blue. He points to that.
I'll have a blue.
Oh
And
my
then somebody
god.
points to green.
Hey, Mandy.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
What? Oh my god, get out of here. I like how you apologized beforehand. That was
In advance. Yeah.
You know what? It's fine. Excuse me while I roll my eyes. When you ask him about music, he just kind of shrugs like, I don't know.
Do you like worship? Do you? I kind of like peer over at Jugi's tent. Like, do you do that?
He shakes his head no.
Oh, thank God.
Which is hilarious because he's carrying a holy relic on his back. But yeah, he
Besides,
shakes
the-
his head, and what he'll write down on the journal page that he's using to converse with you is says, "I'm not really religious."
Oh
What's the
yeah, me
question?
neither, man.
Here's the question: when you say thank God, which God?
Not yours.
You're not there.
I-
I love this interview of Dragon Bait. Please, just yes.
So like, what's your favorite food?
He kind of makes a little bit of a face, like he can't decide.
Too many options. I see how it is.
He
You got like a
nods.
preference. You like fruits. You like meat. You like veggies.
He will draw what looks like an apple, a crudely drawn apple.
Good to know. Good to know. And yeah, I'm just gonna continue this kind of line of questioning for him for like the rest of our watch. And I rolled a 15 on my perception.
Awesome. Your watch goes by so fast, and it's just lovely. You just have a great conversation with Dragonbait. Conversation, if you can call it that. Yeah, you have a grand old time with Dragonbait, and before you know it, the sun is starting to, you can't see the sun yet. It's far too early, but you can see that the sky is beginning to lighten. slowly but surely, as the sun begins to rise back up over the horizon. Just barely.
I'm
Andy?
gonna.
Yes.
May I intercede and just say I would like to wake up a little early and peek out my thing just to see what happens this morning.
I was gonna say I was gonna go into Jugi's tent and be like, "Hey, Goblin adjacent one, it's dawn or whatever. You do things that at this time, right?"
I should really check to see whether I'm awake now because of the.
Well, we can decide that in a second because I just realized the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
This will be
just-
we'll get back to the religious ceremonies after this break.
After
We're
these
gonna
commercial
take a quick bio break. We'll be back in about 10 minutes or so. So everybody get up and stretch. Make sure you're hydrated. Have yourselves a little snack-a-poo, and we will be back. And in the interim, we have a cool break time video where you can see fun clips from other streams that we've done and the schedule and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned, and we'll be back in 10.
Woo!
I got to get on the green screen and make a Lathander commercial now.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Also, they can still hear us. Hold on a second.
No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who is also setting up shop. We're going to call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
That would be very funny.
I'm the head of it, so we could add that to the name.
Yeah, we will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses. We don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Through and you're kind of at a point where you can't really wedge your way in there anymore. You're like,
here, boy. Here, boy. Come. Here, boy. You can do it. Come on.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
I'm terribly sorry. Bjorn, you explode, and in your place is a sweet roll.
Nice.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at a snack bar just waiting for you.
Private messenger. And do you know how to do that in Facebook? I mean, in Facebook, whatever. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
At least Facebook is still around
Wow.
hundreds of years into the future.
Hey, why mess with a good thing?
Go ahead and
right?
clip that one, guys. And you send that one to me later too. Thanks a lot.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
Father, I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Brass knuckles he's wearing, and the creature just.
How did the creature go?
One more time?
What? One more time?
No, that was it.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man, start strolling down to the sweets that you're rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff, give me 5, let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go! It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill, give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man, frosty.
People, we might be able to take care of that. I
I'm
understand.
gonna sing the Doom song now.
Oh God.
Doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, da doom, doom, da doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, doom. Doomy doomy. Doom doom doom. The end.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown. Couched in a soft bun and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent when you get one at our refreshment stand.
Happen. Let me see. Is there a deception check for a horse? Does a horse have a? Ooh, it's going for the
deception for a horse.
Yeah, a horse
I
has got
love it.
deception. So the horse goes up and you see it. It's looking a brief second. It looks at the plant like maybe it's something even tastier, but then it sticks out his tongue and it pulls back, and then it backs up. It's got the sugar cube in its mouth, and its eyes go boing, as his eyes just go, and it starts woo, and it starts bucking, and and it just and he was looking at something in his hand, and he is standing up, and he grunts out, "Who the F are you? What are you doing here?"
Housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
Oh my god.
Your attention, please. All new hotshot electric in-car heaters have been installed for your comfort and convenience. Just insert heater through car window and turn on the switch. When leaving, please turn switch off and replace on speaker post. Warning, high voltage. For your own safety, do not attempt to repair or remove wires. Do not attempt to open heater unit. If you need assistance, please notify the theater box office or concession manager.
She had red whelps, and skin was looking all grotesque and all that, and she let out a little bit of a mumbled roar, leveled the gun at everybody in the room there, and that was where we cut last week. So that was where we'll pick up the action now, unless there are any questions or anything else that the group would like to add.
I have a question.
Please ask away.
What is a mumble roar?
Mumble roar.
Settle back now, content, comfortable, well-fed, and ready for some fine entertainment. Is everybody happy? Then let's go. It's showtime.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who is also setting up shop. We're going to call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
that would be very funny.
I mean, I'm the head of it, so like we could add that to the name.
We will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses. We don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
telling me.
Hello, everybody. We are back.
Returned.
Da-da-da-da.
Now it is time we meet our maker.
Now it is
Again,
time.
at last for the first time.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
All right.
Oh bother.
Oh bother. Bother.
Oh, by the way.
So yeah, dawn is slowly approaching. So.
Did you get my Discord message, by the way, Mandii?
No, of course not. Hold on. Because why would I? Why would anything go immediately correct? Oh, okay. Dee Dee, when you go into Jugi's tent, Jugi's not there.
What the shit? Huh. I think about it for a second. Hold on. Yeah, I don't really care. I go back to my little perch that I've been pretty much on the whole night and just continue journaling.
Okay.
I've never heard Dee Dee refer to it as journaling before, so now I'm picturing Dee Dee as a 12-year-old girl.
I have it's a bullet journal. It's very organized.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
What's everybody doing?
I'm just poking. Drew's just poking his, one eye out of the bottom of the tent to see what happens.
What?
I'm just looking out the tent to see if Bola gets up and has a ceremony with Jugi.
Oh, so you're creeping, you're waiting.
Yeah, just to see what happens.
Okay.
I don't particularly want to be involved. I'm curious.
Okay, Volo, what are you doing?
You're muted.
Oh yeah, muted.
That's better.
There you go.
No wonder you weren't making any reactions to any of the snarky comments I made during the break.
Oh.
Whoops. Oopsie. No, you didn't miss anything. I come out of my tent and I look very, very serious. And I methodically go to everybody's tent and wake them up, or see if they're awake, depending.
Okay.
And I guess I go around each one and I see that Druge is awake. Druge, you're awake. That's great. I'd like you to come with me, please.
Okay. I will. Give me a moment to put my armor on.
I don't think armor is necessary, but if you'd like.
Armor is always necessary, Bola.
And then I go to Ranzid and I say the same thing. Ranzid, wake up. Ranzid, wake up. Ranzid, wake up. Ranzid, wake up. Ranzid, wake up.
The face he makes.
He hisses at you.
Yeah.
By the light of the thunder, I'm getting up. And I wait till she walks away, and then I go and okay, fine.
No. I come back and I'm like, get up.
I'm awake. I'm sorry.
And then I go to Dee Dee and I go, get up. Oh, never mind, you're still up. All right, come on. And then I go over Jugi's tent and open the tent flap, and what do I see?
Jugi is gone. And you... Roll me an insight check real quick. With advantage. Because you know Jugi.
13?
You think it would be smart to head to a spot that would have a good view of the sunrise, and you think that that's probably where you'll find Jugi.
Got it.
If you walk east of the camp, you might have a pretty good chance.
Okay, all right. So I tell everyone, I say, you must come with me now. This is very important.
Are you waking Iku and Artist and Dragonbait?
I've woken everybody up. Unless is
Artist
anybody
and
not waking
Dragonbait.
up?
Artist and Dragonbait are basically already up, and Iku.
I'm particularly concerned with the core party. The other people are, nice to haves, but the core party has to be with me.
Okay. So Artist and Dragonbait are just kind of like, we'll guard the camp.
That's fine. Thank you for doing that. Mm-hmm. And I mean that sincerely when I tell them that. And I gather everyone up, and I'm telling them to hurry up. And I'm like, come on, we have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do this. And so I assume we head east and we find Jugi?
You are able to find Jugi pretty easily. You were able to find an outcropping on a ridge where you find Jugi basically sitting in what is probably the best view of the sunrise around here. Fairly clear trees.
Yeah, I'm basically kneeling on a solitary prayer mat. Just looking out at the dawn starting to rise.
Really quickly, before we get into this scene, Dee Dee, I imagine that you were probably particularly motivated to kind of gaggle behind the party because this is not your scene. Is that a good assumption for me to make as a DM?
Yeah, I mean, I want to support Vola Viola Vola, but religion.
Okay, cool. So, all right, cool. Then I'm making a good assumption here. I would very much like for you, Dee Dee, and only Dee Dee, to make me a perception check as you kind of fall back and step behind the party, letting them get ahead of you a little bit.
It's gonna be a 21.
Oh, that's perfect. I love to see it. You see, you can see pretty clearly the party is walking off in the east, and Artist and Dragonbait they look like they're busy making breakfast. Iku has walked off to go foraging nearby. But you seem to be the only one who's really looking around the camp right now. And you see something that catches your eye. A bright blue color catches your eye, and little hints of pink. And you look up, and sitting on top of a tent is a small dragon with butterfly wings. And it looks at you and kind of tilts its head.
I'm gonna kind of, look around. Oh shit, no one else is seeing this, huh?
Yeah, Artist and Dragonbait are facing in the other direction, making breakfast, and Artist is chatting at Dragonbait.
I'm gonna kind of creep up to the dragon, little dragon, butter dragon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go, can I offer you an egg in these trying times?
Roll me a persuasion check.
14.
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. It kind of tilts its head in the other direction, just kind of like narrows its eyes at you.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. I know.
And it snorts at you, and from its nostrils come a little puff of glittery smoke.
And I kind of like
it smells
hand
really nice and sweet.
hold my hand out like you would a cat to like let them kind of.
Oh.
Are you a friendly dragon?
Oh.
Water dragon?
It kind of sniffs at your hand. Do you try to pet it?
I wait for it to make the first move.
Okay. Kind of sniffs at your hand. And I'm not going to try to do a voice for it because that would be too weird. It's kind of like a little, you hear like a little giggle almost, and a language that you do not understand. And it snorts at you again, and this little puff of smoke hits you in the face. I need a wisdom saving throw.
17.
Okay. That's good enough. You sneeze. It makes you sneeze. And you naturally close your eyes when you do, and when you open your eyes, there's no dragon. And you hear the giggle again from another direction.
I look in that direction.
And if you wait for a second now, because you're invested in this interaction, and on another tent, you see the same little dragon sitting on top of the tent, and it snickers at you.
You fucking with me?
Its tail is kind of flicking back and forth behind it, like an excited cat, and you can see at the tip of the tail is a little stinger, and it's pink. This thing is pink and blue, all over. It's very cute. He's spiny though. Like when you look close at his face is not cute. He's cute overall, but yeah.
It's like one of those things where you're like, oh, you're so ugly, you're cute.
Yeah, no, he would totally rip your fucking hand off. He's kind of small though. He's small though. For you, he's like, to a human, like dog size, like average dog size. To you as a goblin.
I'm gonna kind of
like a
meander on up to him.
Cat size. Definitely cat size.
Yeah, you want to come see something?
It considers for a second, and it turns invisible again. You can see it fade from view. You can see like a ripple in reality kind of shifts around it as it slowly disappears. And then when it reappears again, it is sitting in front of you.
Do you want to like ride on my head or something? And we gotta go that way. And I point in the direction the rest of the group went.
It flies up and lands on your head.
Cool. And then I trot.
Okay.
To go catch up with the rest of the group.
You now have a small dragon friend.
Pimplonk.
Plop.
Do we actually see Dee Dee walking around with a little dragon on her head?
Yes, you fucking do.
Hey guys, look what I found.
Hello, new dragon friend.
He's what's your name?
It says something in a language that you do not understand. Does anybody in the party speak Draconic?
No.
Let me check. I don't. Nope.
Try that.
May I use Speech of Beast and Leaf?
That is to understand animals. This is not an animal.
Got it.
This is a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Does it have any like posable thumbs or like anything that it could write with?
Yeah, kinda. You don't know if it would be able to write.
Can you write? Can you write?
You look up to look at it, and it just, like, it's got, like, a long neck, so it just kind of, like, bends his neck down to, like, look at you. So, like, upside down dragon face is right in your face. And it snorts at you again. Making a wisdom saving throw.
21.
Okay, you're fine, but it does make you sneeze again.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm gonna call you Sneezy because that's what you're making me.
A sneezy dragon is not generally something you want around.
It's just like glitter. It's fine. He hasn't tried to bite me yet.
It grins at you, still looking in your face. So just upside down dragon grin, little dragon grin.
I grin back so it can see my sharp teeth as well. We're kind of the same, you and I. Small, sharp teeth.
He nods.
And then I continue. I'm like,
oh, we gotta go get Judy, and Vola has to have her little ceremony. Yeah.
The dragon kind of makes himself at home in your messy poof of hair.
It's kind of a nest.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yep, it is now. If it wasn't before, it certainly is now.
And we walk to keep walking to find Judy.
All right, so the group finds themselves at this lovely location amidst all this tomfoolery. More on that in a minute. We're gonna have a serious moment now. Jugi, if you would like to Matt, if you would like to talk about what's going on with Jugi right now.
Well, at the moment, I am currently facing towards where the dawn sun is being raised, and I'm kneeling on a prayer mat, kind of deep in prayer. He's actually at the moment praying to Lathander with regards to what he experienced last night, and to help him try to guide him through whatever is about to come with regards to this hag. But I don't know whether Vola tries to intrude on the prayer.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if you were going to say anything else. So Vola has the party behind her and walks very solemnly up to Jugi and puts her hand on their shoulder and says, "Jugi, I've come to say some things."
Very well.
And she turns to the party and says, "In the last couple of days, I've experienced some wondrous things. I found myself enraptured at the idea that there was one thing that was the cause of all of this, and everything that I don't quite understand is what I'm coming to realize. I don't know what planes are. I don't know what gods are. I don't know anything except that I have friends. And I don't need a god to tell me who my friends are. I don't need a god to tell me what to say before I eat. And I don't need a god to tell me that ravine we were in was beautiful. It just is. And you are just my friends. And that is what I worship. My friends."
I'm gonna make you pull a huge hug. Teary.
Group hug.
So I make a solemn promise that I will stay with them to the end of this journey with the best of my abilities. And that sometimes you might have to explain things twice.
Okay, I will explain a third time if you need me to.
And then she goes to Jugi and she says, "I like this Lathander. I just don't know if Lathander likes me. But I'd like to learn more about him."
And I would be happy to teach you about Lathander.
Thank you, Judy. And thank you for being willing to dedicate me in the light of Lathander thing. That would have been awesome, I'm sure. I have a lot to think about.
Well, if you do decide that you would like to dedicate yourself to the light of Lathander and the glory of his name, I will be here for you as your friend.
Thank you, Jugi. And she throws her arm around Jugi and says, and pulls them in and is like, "I'm sorry you had a rough night." And then she pulls in Druge. Druge, you're awesome. Oh. Death sounds awesome too.
It is.
And then she pulls in Rancid. Rancid, you're awesome. You're a little crotchety, but you're awesome. And then she's like,
Thank
Dee
you.
Dee. She reaches for Dee Dee and is like, Dee Dee, you're awesome. You
I
don't
hold my hands
sleep,
out.
and you have a weird voice, but you're awesome.
You're awesome too, Vola, Vola.
And I group hug.
I can't breathe.
And yes, she's like crunching everybody with her barbarian string.
Dee Dee likes to feel tall, so like she's okay with being picked up.
Oh.
There.
While
this is sentimental.
I'm gonna say while this is happening, the fairy dragon kind of hops down.
Oh God!
to not be hops down to the ground to not be in the midst of this, and is
He's like, "Group hugs aren't my thing."
Is currently stalking through the flowers on the ravine side, just kind of like sneaking around. Very obviously,
boy.
not really sneaking. He's not really a sneaky boy, but he looks like he's like stalking through the jungle, like in search of prey.
He's tiptoeing through the tulips.
Yes.
I think he's more like, I don't know these people.
He's just like, yeah, fuck all this lovey-dovey shit.
He's playing in the flowers. That's what's happening right now. He's just playing. He's being cute.
Does Barry come along and start munching on the flowers and playing it?
Yeah, Vola's like, "Where's Barry? I want to hug Barry."
You hug Barry. Barry's totally hanging out. When the little dragon sees Barry, kind of shuffles away, so as not to get stepped on.
I kind of at him, like you would a cat. Be like, "Hey."
His head pops up out of the flowers, like...
Gotta be careful, you're tiny. Us small folk, we gotta be careful when they get crushed.
He bounds over to you, like a cat, just boink, 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 through the flowers.
I know it's a completely different type of dinosaur, but whenever we mention Barry, I just picture Spike from Land Before Time.
Yeah!
Same. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I want to watch Land Before Time now, y'all. Oh my god.
Hey, did you guys see the butter dragon that I found?
Butter dragon!
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. It's got butterfly wings, though. The dragon's got butterfly wings. Butter dragon.
Ah.
Oh, you mean it's a 27 Arcana check?
Jesus fucking Christ, sir. This is a fairy dragon.
You mean
an older fairy
dragon?
dragon based on the color.
Yeah, it's a butter dragon, He's cool. I mean, he sneezed on me a couple of times, but it's fine.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
imagine so. Anyone speak Draconic? No, right?
It seems to be able to speak more than one language.
Hey, what languages you speak, huh?
So does I don't think anybody in the party speaks Sylvan either. Any of you?
Nope.
Druge, do you? Do you speak
Nope.
Sylvan? Okay.
Nope. I didn't even know that was a choice.
It's considered one of the exotic languages.
Yeah, it is. I wonder who you know who knows a lot of languages.
Iku!
Hey, Iku!
Does it speak Elvish? I will ask it
You
if it
see
speaks
Iku
Elvish.
walking around through the trees. She appears to be foraging.
Hey, Iku! Yo, hey, you, hey.
Yes, what? What can I help
We
you
have
with?
I found a butter dragon. Can you speak like Draconic or anything?
A butter what?
It's a fairy dragon, but I like butter dragon better. I think I'm better at making names up for creatures.
She walks over to the party. And she says, "Oh, good morning, everyone. You're all here. What are you doing over here?"
Range is just like,
Okay.
Lola was having her religious awakening.
She's just like, all right then, and looks down and sees the fairy dragon, and she goes, "Where did you come from?"
He was on one of the tents, and then he sneezed on me, and then he made a nest in my hair, and then I brought him here.
Sneezed on you. All right. And she kind of holds a hand out to it, and he flitters up into the air and lands on her arm and is chittering at her in another language. And she says, "He says he's lost and that he doesn't know how to get home."
Where's he from?
The Feywild, I imagine. And she kind of looks at the little dragon and he nods.
Does anyone know we know how to get to the Feywild from here? Like, there's like a turn up there or something that we just.
I wish I did.
Roll an Arcana
it
check.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Is that anyone rolling an Arcana check?
No, it's more for Dee Dee than anybody else. What'd you get, Dee Dee?
8.
You have no idea. You don't know jack shit about the Feywild. It's
I'm
not
new to this
It's not
magic
really
shit.
an area of study for you. You care more about history and architecture and like things that are here in the material plane.
Yeah. I mean, you want to call, what's his name? I've been calling him Sneezy, but like, yeah, maybe disrespectful if he has a name that he prefers to go by. Is it a he? I'm assuming his gender. I'm so sorry.
She kind of looks him over and she's like, "I can't really tell."
They have knees.
She kind of shrugs.
What's his name?
She just kind of looks at him and is like, "Do you have a name?" And the dragon just kind of shakes his head.
I'm gonna keep calling him Sneezy then.
You're naming him Sneezy. I gave you a dragon and you named him Sneezy. Why do I love this? Alright. You now have a dragon. You now have a fairy dragon named Sneezy. In the party. Sneezy the butter dragon.
Yeah.
DD Chaos Flames.
I need that so that I can put it. I'm just gonna put it whenever you're out. I'm just gonna put that GIF where your face should be instead of the baby head.
Giorgio, thanks for the raid.
Welcome on in, raiders. You came in at the perfect time. We just the party has just made friends with
Each other.
with each other, and also with a fairy dragon that they have named Sneezy.
Behold, the power
jungle
of friendship.
The power of friendship, yep. Sneezy. Oh boy, I'm writing this down. Sneezy
Really, you're not gonna remember Sneezy the butter dragon?
The butter dragon. Listen, I can't remember what I had for fucking breakfast this morning.
Was that Sneezy?
Sneezy.
Was that Sneezy? Little Dee Dee is falling down on that.
Sneezy and Dee Dee. Oh man.
I'm gonna kind of like motion. I'm like, you can you could make a nest on my hair if you want.
He immediately hops off of Iku's arm and into your hair.
I'm like, we're gonna find you a way home, bud. We're gonna do it. I don't know how, but we're gonna do it.
He kind of circles a couple of times and then settles down on your head.
Like a cat
Yep.
making a nest.
He is a cat-sized dragon. If you think I'm not gonna play this the fuck up, think again.
Oh, I know better.
So yeah, you have a pet. The party has another pet now. You're welcome. Thank the random table gods. You're welcome.
Wait, who is it? Oh, Barry.
Yeah,
Barry.
Barry counts
Well,
as
I
a
mean,
pet. Barry totally counts as a pet.
I mean, he's more of a Steve than a pet, but
Barry's a pet.
He's a pet.
You named him.
Technically Vola named him. But...
And you always have him around. You never dismiss Barry. Therefore, Barry is a pet. Don't argue with me, I'm the DM. You have 2 pets now. The party has 2 pets. You have a celestial dinosaur and a butter dragon.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm gonna
praise
call it
the
a
light
butter
of
dragon. Praise
Lathander
the
or
light of-
something.
yeah,
I
it
don't
came
know.
from the
Shut your
sure.
mouth.
Ranzit, would you like to be dedicated to the Latin?
Jugi, you see that area right over there?
No, I'm just looking at you.
Oh, you'll see him kind of turn around. He's like, you see that perch way over there on the other end of that cliff, right?
Oh my god.
On the other side of the canyon?
I turn and look. Yep.
I'm gonna cover Iku's eyes.
Oh, no.
I have.
Over there is
I
where
have a
you can
feeling
take
you're
that.
gonna.
Over
I have
there
a
is
feeling
where
you
you
were
can
gonna.
take that.
You're gonna react that way, but. Oh well, at least I'll take my book with me, and your sword will probably take you to that location as well. So.
Oh boy.
Not if I let go of it. Like,
As they're
let's go
having-
that way.
As they're having this conversation, I just wander off with Sneezy, and I'm like, "So you ever used dynamite before?" And I'm like, just like making conversation with him as I head back to the camp.
The dragon will chitter back at you periodically, but you can't understand anything he says.
Yeah, I'm just talking to him, just to talk to him.
Yeah. At this point, I smile. I put my hand on Vola's shoulder and nod, and then I head back to my tent to start putting my armor on in preparation for the day.
Awesome.
As
Alrighty.
soon as I hear Dee Dee utter the word dynamite, I activate my armor.
It's like a trigger word for you. You hear
It's like a
dynamite,
reaction.
It's like, ah!
DD,
wanna
the
say-
word DD is the trigger word.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to say,
DD is
yeah,
the
that,
trigger word.
yeah, that's right. I would have totally done the ceremony in my bedclothes. So,
Your priestly robes.
See, when you say bear clothes,
bedclothes.
oh, bed clothes, I was like,
Yeah, my-
bear clothes.
Rawr.
Do you have like a bear suit somewhere? Is this like a throwback to
Judy is not a
Dinklings?
furry. Judy is
No.
not a furry, damn it.
Hold on. I would like to interrupt that statement by saying
I have a razor.
I am proficient and have leather worker's tools and weaver's tools.
All right, moving right along.
I can make him a bear suit.
You could, but do you want to?
I'm not going to, but I
Okay.
could.
All right. Okay. Cool. Moving on.
Yeah.
You have breakfast. It's delicious. We'll say Dragon Bait got up early and went fishing with Artis, and so you have fish this morning. Yummy, yummy grilled fish and eggs. Apparently, wherever the eggs keep coming from, I would really like to know where those are coming from.
As long as DD's not laying them herself.
They're not from my source. I don't know where the eggs keep coming from.
Goblin
I have my own personal
eggs.
ones.
Maybe the fairy
I don't
dragon.
want to know where the eggs are coming from.
The fairy
You know,
dragon.
guys, have a supplier.
Watch, there's
He
a
leaves
whole
me
lot of
to-
angry birds following y'all around the jungle. Because she's just eating them from nests that she finds. I believe it.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe,
She's like,
maybe
I'm okay
we
with
have-
this.
I want to make
Oh,
this canon.
no.
I'm okay with
It feels like something Dee Dee would do to me.
I'm gonna get Sneaky can fly, so he can just go and take them now.
Ika just kind of mumbles under her breath when you guys are talking about the eggs. You can't understand what she says, but she just kind of just like shakes her head like,
Maybe she has a bag of holdings. Maybe she has a bag of holdings.
And
that's
it's
just
full of
eggs.
Bag of egg holding.
non-stop eggs. Eggs all the way
God,
down.
that's a lot of damn eggs.
It's a lot of eggs.
Would explain a lot.
It would explain why they don't go bad, though.
Well, no, they do go bad. They're not really much. The bag of holding isn't.
I mean, can food go rotten? And this is a whole conversation. Anyway, so you have breakfast. It's delicious. You have fish and eggs and not fish eggs, but
some
and
caviar.
hardtack. Some of your
yes.
many treasure troves of rations that you have found in the cache that you discovered yesterday. So you have yourselves a little feast, and it's nice. It's a nice morning before you pack up camp.
Table talk. We have
Yes.
60 in the bag of holding.
Oh boy, it's good to know. Okay. So you pack up camp, and you get ready to head out for the day. Let's do a navigation roll, shall we?
Okay.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 for 25.
Oh my god, okay. You feel pretty good about... You feel pretty good about where y'all are going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Alright, cool.
Oh,
So,
sorry, Mandy.
yes.
Can we do a mutation check, please?
Yes, we can. I don't know, would it apply since you didn't really get a full night's rest?
Well, I mean, the night was over, so I don't know.
Maybe you're more... You know what? I'm going to roll with advantage because you are probably more likely to have an issue because you didn't sleep well. That's going to be a 1.
Okay. I mean, technically, advantage is the higher number, though, isn't it?
Well, not advantage, but I'm rolling twice. Just shut up and take the 1.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I have another.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei.
All right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just going to wait for that. Okay. Let's see what I roll. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
My hair starts growing back.
Okay. Jiggy's got a little skull stubble.
That's what I'm going to start calling my head then.
Skull stubble?
Skull stubble.
So, God, I have like something in my eye. Sorry, hold on a second. I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay now. All right. Yeah. So you have a long day ahead of you. You realize that you are traveling downhill again now.
Oh, I just want to say I
Yes.
do Armor of Shadows before we start traveling.
Okay. How long does that last? Is that like an
8
all-
hours.
Okay.
It's like mage armor.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, it basically is mage armor.
I cast Mage Armor without expending any material for spell slots.
Alrighty.
Yeah, what she said.
Oh, that's an interesting roll. Wait, what region of the jungle are you in? Okay.
In the mountain.
The bear went over the mountain. The bear went over the
Moving over the mountain.
Oh.
Really good dog candy
Only you
mountain.
can prevent forest fires.
Only you. I'm gonna roll again.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Wow, I rolled the same fucking thing twice. Alright, that's cool. Let me just pick something else from the fucking table that's near it.
Oh no.
Come on, we can all have little butter dragon friends.
Nope. As you're traveling, about mid-morning, you come into contact with a man. Human, Cholton. Doesn't appear to have many tattoos, doesn't appear to be of the more tribal persuasion of some of the Choltons that you've seen exploring the jungles. You do notice that his clothes are quite ragged. He's got long locks with like beads in his hair and things of that nature. He's got a little bit of a beard. And he sees Dee Dee first. Dee Dee is leading the party, and Iku is kind of keeping in step with some of the rest of the party. And Artis and Dragonbait are not far behind you, Dee Dee. And this man kind of steps out and says, "Oh, hail, travelers."
Hey, what are you doing in the forest, bud?
Oh, I travel through these forests quite often. Are you in any need of guidance or an escort through the jungle? Though he kind of looks around you and sees the rest of the party and he says, "Oh, you guys are pretty well equipped, huh? I guess you don't really need... if you do need help, I'm happy to help, but..."
I look over at Iku, I'm like, he's trying to take your job, do something about it.
Iku kind of like is like, but she'll walk up to actually, let me see something really quick.
Sorry, I'm having last night flashbacks just now.
Do
you require assistance?
Do you require assistance? Don't get me started.
Does he seem like shady in any way? Like,
roll me an insight
he's trying to scam us or something?
Roll me an insight check.
12.
What'd you get?
12.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear what you had said.
Yeah, I think you might cut off a bit there.
Yeah, that's okay. He just seems like a regular guy. His clothes are kind of fucked up, but he seems okay otherwise.
I kind of like step back near Druge and I'm like, I don't trust this dude. She's just naturally suspicious of everyone.
He just kind of...
What does he look like again?
He's a reasonably tall Cholton man with long like locks with beads all throughout and a little bit of a beard. He's kind of broad-chested.
So he's not wearing a tricorder.
I'm sorry. No, he's not wearing a
tricorder.
Tricorder.
No, none of that. His clothing appears fairly modern. And like I said before, he doesn't have, like, you've noticed that a lot of Choltons that you've seen in the jungles, especially those who are in, like, more tribal-looking, like, traditional Cholton regalia, have tattoos. This man does not have tattoos.
I mean, does he look like he's been trekking through the jungle alone?
Yeah.
And does he look like he's been trekking through the jungle alone? Like he's covered in dirt and sweat and...
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a quiver on his back. He's got like a red kind of cloak, and it's kind of tattered. He's got a scimitar at his belt, and a long bow. Yeah, he has a long bow. The long bow and the quiver are both on his back. And the scimitar is very openly there, like he's not trying to conceal it, and he's not holding it, or he's not resting his hand on it or anything. He's very relaxed, kind of demeanor.
Well, I'll kind of step in front of Dee Dee and say, "Hello, new friend. What are you up to?"
I am merely traveling through the jungles, as I imagine your friend here does. And he kind of motions to Iku, who nods. And he says, I wouldn't call myself a guide through the jungles, but when I'm out here hunting, if I run into travelers, I try to help where I can. But if you do not need assistance, that is quite fine. I'm happy to go on my way.
We are trying to vanquish evil. Would you like to join us?
He's like, I have duties to perform.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna stare at him and smile.
I cannot leave for a long period of time.
He's got duties to perform.
So he kind of shifts where he's standing because he's like, okay, this is a little bit awkward because he's like, well, you guys look like seasoned adventurers, so if you don't need any help, that's all right.
Got anything for sale?
He shakes his head. He says, "No, I haven't caught anything yet today."
Not anything. Are you a trapper?
I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, mostly tracking. But I do help with the hunt as well.
Can I insight check him to see if he's, being disingenuous at all, or if he's actually what he appears to be?
You can do that, but we already did that, and I said that he seemed fine.
I gotcha.
If you'd really like to do it again, you're more than welcome to do so.
Sure, I would, and I got a 23.
Okay. Yeah. No, he seems genuine. He doesn't seem to have any ulterior motives.
I'll look at Iku and just shrug and say, "Do we need help? I think we're okay, but we can always use more help, right?"
Iku kind of shrugs and she says, "I wouldn't." She turns to the man and she says, "I wouldn't want to waste your time. We are fairly well equipped here, but we appreciate the offer. It's very kind of you to do."
Thank you, new friend. Thank you for the offer.
Who has the mask of animal friendship?
I do.
Do you have it out anywhere?
I'm wearing it.
You're wearing it, like, on your face?
Yeah. I have it equipped.
You've been wearing... Okay, I just want to make sure. You've been wearing a tiger mask this whole time.
Yep.
Rawr.
Well, he's got to hide that Richter smell somewhere.
I assumed there was kind of like a cutout so the grin could peek through.
No, there isn't. It covers your whole face.
Oh, okay.
Is that... so you're wearing that? I just want to understand what you're doing here.
Yes, I just assumed I put it on after it was in my inventory, so I have indeed been wearing it for the last 2 days.
Okay.
3 days.
That's all right. That's totally fine. Okay. He was kind of busy looking at Iku. But then he actually turns, because you're speaking to him now, he actually turns to look at you, and he pauses. And he points to your mask, and he says, "Where did you get that? If I
killed
ask."
some Zentarum.
The Zentarum had it.
It was on the Zentarum, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say yes.
He says, "This is rather awkward, but that is an artifact of my people.
Would you like it?
If you wouldn't mind."
Will this make us friends?
I believe that we are already at least acquaintances. I would very much appreciate it if you could.
Can I insight check him again and see if he's lying to me?
I mean, there's no reason for you to do that. He
right.
is completely
I'll
genuine and open with the party. I've said this 3 times now.
Yep, no, I just want to make sure. All right. Yes, I will actually give him the mask.
Okay. He will take it and he'll nod to you a little bit, and he says, I don't carry gold on me while I'm out in the jungle, otherwise I would repay you for your kindness.
Can you tell me more about your clan? And I would like to learn more about your. Tell me more about your culture. I would like to know more.
He kind of shifts where he's standing a little bit. He seems like a little sheepish.
I kind of go up to Druge and say, I know you're interested in this, but we are kind of on a time crunch here.
Mm-hmm.
I very, very gently I will whisper to Juiti. I'm trying to get a favor in exchange, not very son of Oche. You know, I would like a favor in exchange for this mask, and I'll literally say that straight to his face.
He kind of nods a little bit, and he says, "Well, he will." Says, "Well, we just met, and I don't know your name. With all due respect, so I'd rather not have to sit here and educate you about my culture, but a favor I can grant." And
go ahead.
Off of his belt, he will pull like a little wooden medallion, and he will flip it over and pull a little dagger. Actually, no, not even a dagger. He'll pull an arrow from the quiver on his back, and he will etch what looks like a rune almost on the back of it, and he will hand it to you, and he says, "If you run into anyone who looks like me," and he kind of motions to his clothes and motions to the symbol on the little wooden medallion, he says, if they give you any trouble for any reason, show them this. They shouldn't, but circumstances can happen. And if you run into anybody else from my clan, let them know that Aki gave it to you.
Thank you, new friend Aki. My name is Druge. And I will hand him the mask and shake his hand.
Okay, yeah, he'll shake your hand. He says, "Well, best of luck on your travels. And thank you for returning this."
You're very welcome. Religion is important.
He kind of nods awkwardly and goes off on his own into the jungle. Because what I rolled was for you guys to run into the Zentarum again, and you fucking killed them. That particular, squadron of Zentarum. So I wasn't gonna make you sit through another giant battle against 20 Zentarum people. So instead, you get to meet a friendly Chultan man. Hooray! He's a hunter moving through the jungle.
You know, at the end of the day, it's this, this person can move through the jungle by themselves. It's never bad to have that person's help or a favor.
Yeah?
So.
I know, once did I advertise the glory of Lathander.
Yeah, I'm so...
You got Lathandered out.
I'm so proud of you for doing the bare minimum, Jugi. Okay, so Druge, you may now remove the mask of animal friendship from your inventory.
Got it. Oh, never mind. I'm trying to remove it from my spell list. Cool.
When you look at the medallion, you can see that an etching of a tiger's face is on the side that doesn't have the little rune.
Got it. I'll ask Iku later on during the day or tonight when we camp what's the name of the tribe and whatever information she can give.
Sure. And so you travel throughout the rest of the day. Let me see if anything else happens. I don't think there is. Dice. Oh. Okay. We want this thing. What's a 30? Oh.
It's good. The party gets all good stuff.
I don't know what this is. What does this mean?
Everybody, butter dragon for you, and a butter dragon for you.
You all get butter dragons.
You get a
All
butter
different
dragon
colors
and
of the
a
rainbow
dragon.
butter dragons. No.
I call purple.
Of course you
All right,
would.
Mace Windu.
No, the purple one is mine. Duh. You see more pteranodon, pterodactyl flying in the air, but they're not the pterofolk. They're the actual dinosaur. But they do not attack you or seem to notice you. The rest of your travel, well, it starts out pretty good. You make good time until it begins to storm again. And Iku will actually preemptively insist that the party camps for the night because thunder and lightning very, very frightening right now.
Galileo!
Galileo.
Sorry. Anyway.
Magnifico!
Sorry, I can't stop now.
Are we gonna have like the head banging montage in the car now?
I'm just a bird, I know that he loves me.
So yes, it's I love that we were almost all of us were headbanging during that. I just wanna point that out.
Sorry, I missed the head.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. So yes, you camp down for the night again, and I actually think that with everything that has happened this session, this might be a good spot to end it for today. I can see I'm losing some of my typically sleepier
I want to
players.
end with one thing.
Yeah,
I wanna
sure,
end with
absolutely.
one thing. So before Jugi goes to sleep, I go over to Jugi and I ask them, I'm like, can I borrow your prayer book?
Sure. Absolutely.
Thought I'd do some reading.
Absolutely. And I hand her my prayer book.
And Vola very, thanks Jugi, and takes it back to her tent to read by whatever light she has. She has dark vision. She doesn't need a candlelight to read the book. So
Okay. Great.
And for bedtime reading.
Bedtime reading.
Do you want to do the mutation check now or wait until next week?
Let's do it next week.
I spend the watch and the night or whatever just chit-chatting with the sword. Dirk, dagger, whatever the hell, the blade.
Yeah, whatever you want to call him. It. I will say that the more time you spend attempting to communicate with the sword, the better you feel you understand its intentions.
I'm just like, so, you'd like to understand the basics of artifice?
You sense a...
I'm basically snowballing here at this point. Like,
yeah, you sense interest in pretty much everything you have to say, especially if you start rambling to it about, like, how artifice works and what an artificer does and how you do the things you do.
So let me tell you how to make custom female armor.
I would like to poke my head in Vola's tent and let Vola know I'm very happy you have come to begin to understand things about the universe. And if you would ever like to learn more about my lord, contemplate this. And I will hand her a tiny little pouch.
What's in the pouch?
The ashes of dead things.
Yeah, dead mouse.
That checks
Thank
out.
you.
Yeah.
Vola
very
just
welcome.
goes, thanks.
You're very welcome, friend Vola. Viola Vola.
Oh God, now you're both to. Oh.
And I'll go to sleep now.
Vola.
Yeah, Vola falls asleep clutching a bag of dead stuff and a prayer book. There we go.
Hey, balance
I bet-
in all things.
I bet Jiggy treats it like a snuff pouch.
Oh no, that's horrible.
Just puts on the fingers and gets...
Oh my god. Ramsey, you got a little bit cut off there. Was there anything else you wanted to do with the sword?
do you have a name? Can I call you Bacon?
Bacon.
Do you actually ask the sword
No.
that? Okay, I was gonna say.
I forget. It's campaign 1 joke. From CR.
Can I call you Bacon?
George.
My name is Craven Edge.
Call me Bacon. It'll be the last.
I would just like to spend most of the night trying to figure out a form of communication with me and Sneezy. And I will think about that and come back next week with an idea.
Okay. I'm very excited for you to teach
I would
this
say if
dragon,
you're
like,
thinking
fucking
out
sign
loud,
language.
Renzi could answer you.
Oh.
DD would probably not listen to Ranzit. we had one moment.
One. Just the one.
No, I'm not saying it's like, oh, we're best friends now. It would be more like, I wonder how I need to communicate with this thing. It's called a helm of comprehend languages.
Do you have one of those?
Nope.
Then fuck off.
I love this. I love this so much.
I'm just picturing the lights coming down. Like,
We're just degrading at this point.
We
This
are.
is-
Like the campground, the fire's going out, and just the lights are going down on DD and Rancid, and it's fuck off.
And this is why I've been ending sessions a little bit earlier, because this is the point where I start losing you all into delusion giggles and nonsense.
I mean, to be fair, we usually start that way.
That's true, but this is the point where it's hard for me to pull you back to what you're doing. So
We start giggly, and then we get like to a point of like being kind of serious, and then we start going back down to giggly.
yeah, there's like a brief point in time where you have like seriousness, and then it degrades again much faster than when it built up.
So a typical D&D session, basically.
A typical D&D session, abso-fucking-lutely, 100%.
But to answer your question earlier, is just rambling on about artifice crap, whatever, and I asked if it has a name other than me just calling it Sword, Mr. Sword.
Oh,
Mr. Sharpie.
So the way it communicates with you is still mostly emotion, but you get the sense of affirmation, like yes, but it can't exactly tell you because it doesn't speak. It's a sword.
Interesting.
Of course, swords don't typically have minds either. So.
Most swords are not sentient.
No, most swords are not sentient.
That's all he's known.
Okay. So yeah, we have some things to talk about, some announcements and things and stuff. For the folks at home, the lovely folks at home. Thank you all for coming, and thank you to my players for being entertaining as always. You make my life so much fun as a DM, and I mean that seriously and not as sarcastic as it probably sounded. So let's talk about some scheduling. All the times I'm about to say are in Central Time. Tomorrow, Saturdays, we have our Greyhawk campaign. That is an all-female cast. Rise Up Against the Slave Lords with DM Duff 563. That is at, again, 9 p.m. Central Time. That includes both myself and Myriad as players. It's lots of good time. I think we're doing Barbarian Fight Club tomorrow, so that'll be great. Sunday, we currently have no programming. Mondays, we have 2 games that happen. Thank you for the follow. Aaronin, I hope I said that right. Mondays on our YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/Praetor'sRejects, we have Stormlord's Wrath with DM Sammy. That is at 7 p.m. Central Time. And then we also have here on the Twitch channel, Storm King's Thunder with DM Esquire, our very own Druge, here on the stream. That is at 7 p.m. Central Time. Oh, 8 p.m.? Okay, so Mondays is 8 p.m. They changed the time again. This is like the 3rd time they changed the time. 8 p.m. Central Time. Storm King's Thunder with DM Esquire. That is at 7 p.m. Central Time, right?
Yep.
Okay. Tuesdays are over now. There's no game on Tuesday.
Not yet.
I should probably not right now. There's no game Tuesday, so Tuesday I should take this.
There
off.
is no scheduled
They just had
programming
the
for
they just had the
Tuesdays.
finale this week. You'll have to forgive me. Wednesdays we have Tales of the Sanguine Isles with DM Mech 45. That is at 8 p.m. Central Time. Then we have Thursdays, Tales from the Yawning Portal with our very own DM King Bashman. That is at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then we would be back here Friday, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for more Tomb Annihilation with me, DM Mandii, 8 p.m. Central Time.
All hail the D.
All hail me. Not really. We also have a non-stream show that is purely recorded and posted on our YouTube channel. That is Savage Worlds East Texas University with DM Eric B. Again, that is pre-recorded and posted only on our YouTube channel, along with episodes of past games that we have played. So if you have a game like this one that you would like to catch up on, maybe you missed last week or are only just starting now and coming into it now and you want something to binge, well, check out our YouTube channel. Also coming up, we have in a couple of weeks here, August 16th through the 21st, we are having Lord Praetor himself, his birthday week celebration extravaganza, super awesome good time. We're going to do a whole lot of giveaways here on the channel. I'm going to give it a different name every fucking time that I say it. So definitely check out our schedule. Join our Discord server. That's the best place to get information on the channel. If you've just followed and you haven't joined the Discord yet, I highly recommend that you do. Discord link is there in the chat for you all. Please feel free to join. We're all pretty active on there. A lot of the players will get together and play games, and that's open to folks who are on the channel, so come on in. It's a great time. We have a lovely little community that we'd love for you to be a part of. But yes, again, August 16th through the 21st, we are doing tons of giveaways. Tons of them. All of the giveaways. There's going to be dice and dice towers and God knows what else. All kinds of cool shit.
Only Lathander knows.
Only Lathander knows. Lathander is the only one who knows. So definitely tune in during that week. It's going to be a grand old time. We are going to have an absolute blast. So come hang out and win some goodies. Also, we have sponsors, if you can see that in chat. First of which would be the Druid's Den, that is run by Lord Praetor's lovely wife, Mama Praetor. For all of your magical supplies and apothecary needs, visit www.thedruidsden.com. A lot of us shop there. It's a great little web store. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. We also have another sponsor here on the channel, and I'm not biased or anything, but I think they're pretty great. Total Party Kill Games, creators of dark fantasy and Dungeons & Dragons products, including dice and other fun things. I also happen to be the community manager for Total Party Kill Games, so check us out at www.totalpartykill.games. Again, the links are in chat there. And Lord Praetor is putting the commands in there as well. So yeah, definitely check out our sponsors. They're super great and awesome, and yeah. So that's
Mandii,
that's all
are you
I have.
wearing an Eggman shirt
I
after
am!
all the egg talk tonight?
I am.
Just noticed that now.
Yep, Eggman.
Just now noticed it?
Eggman Enterprises. I have worn this shirt on stream so many times. I'm surprised you're only noticing it now. Yes, this is my Eggman shirt. I found it at the store, and I got excited and took it home with me.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
That's what happens, yeah. I
Paid for it first.
I paid for it first, but I have to get the shinies and bring them home to my nest. And now I wear it. Anyway.
Which is certainly not in Kirsten's hair.
Alrighty, we're gonna go now, so have a wonderful night, everyone.
22nd sub game.
Alright, August 22nd. We're doing a subscriber game that is going to be happening on our Discord. If you subscribe to the channel, you are eligible to play. The folks who get first dibs are folks who are not currently part of our shows, and then we will open it up to folks who subscribe who are on our shows. This one's not going to be recorded. This is going to just be a super fun, chill, private game. So definitely sign up for that. Check out our subscriber text channel in the Discord server if you are interested in joining, and we'll give you more details there. Feel free to ask any questions, and the mods will help you out, including myself. So yeah. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. Unless anybody else has one last thing to plug, real quick before we go.
I know myself here, probably in the next 20 minutes or so, will be going live, as well as the Survival Trio channel, playing some 7 Days to Die, because kill zombies, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Who needs sleep?
And if you're not doing anything on Sunday night, come watch Covenant TG play Magic.
Awesome. Okay. All right. Have a good night, everybody. We're going to show the end credits now. Bye.
Bye.